One on each of those occasions. A couple only with less than a goal, and the third time, which again we saw out at East Geelong, and they were, I would say, comfortable winners, but they did win that game of football also. So they do hold the wood over East Geelong in this current season, and today we're going to find out who's going to take home that Premiership Cup, and as I said, it's going to be an exciting day for football. The unfortunate thing is that we have had a little bit of rain just in the last couple of minutes, but prior to that, the day wasn't too bad. It's going to be an interesting day, as we said, and these are the best two sides that have been going around for most of the season, and we're looking forward to the contest. Only one change to the North Geelong side, and sees Rory Desnoy come in. Unfortunately, Seros is the unlucky player to go out of this side. And East Geelong come in unchanged from last week, and that will be a bonus for them, I think, coming into today's game. So welcome to you, Arch, and welcome to the broadcast this afternoon, mate.
Thanks so much, Smithy. I'll tell you what, earlier on in the week, mate, I was a bit crook and I didn't know if I'd be able to get up. But of course, as you get to this stage in the season, every player has their little niggles and they find a way to get up. So we've been pretty good as a commentary team in this final series. I reckon today it's all going to come together. We're going to have a perfect call. And as you said, a massive in for North Geelong, playing Rory Desnoy. He hasn't played since round 16. That's nearly 2 months ago. Right, so they've dropped Seros. He played 16 games all year, nearly played every game, and then was dropped. He's the bad luck story. There's always one every single year. But we'll just hope that works out for North Geelong today. Yeah,
look, as I said, mate, it's not an easy decision on you get to Thursday night selection, but we'll discuss that very shortly. Welcome also, Grubby, back for the 2025 broadcast. Good to see you again, mate, and we're looking forward to the finalisation of things today.
Mate. You can have your Melbourne Cup, your Olympics. The GDFL Grand Final is my day. This is the day I love more than anything. We're up and about. We've had a couple of great games of footy. Undefeated South Barwon got pumped in the under-18s. Werribee Central's fell a goal short with the mighty East Geelong. And now we've got the big one. Who's going to win that? We'll be able to tell you in a couple of hours.
And I think, as I said, Dougie Horgan summed it up in there pretty nicely. They said it doesn't matter what level of football you can go to, but that's what you can take out of your football experience. And his was obviously coaching a junior side. Was that Sunshine, was it? Or was it?
No, it was St. Marsh.
Yeah, so and that was a great story because obviously he was that was a highlight of his career, and obviously he's had a few highlights during that time. So again,
well, it was, but that's about the only thing I made sense of for the whole hour. And he talked a lot of rubbish.
He did say that you don't get to this day very often, and when you do, you've got to make the most of your opportunities.
Exactly.
As I said, North Geelong have had the easier path into this game. East Geelong have had to come through a couple of extra finals. But, again, at this level of football, does it matter so much to taking Desnoy into this game who hasn't played for some time? Is that something that they would have considered at selection on Thursday night? What happens here?
Well, let me address your first remark about the easy way through. You've got to remember that East Geelong had the first rest, right, for the first bit of the finals. And then they got beat. Had they have had a second rest, not quite sure about it. I've never liked that. But I think East Geelong's best way through after having the first rest is to play last week. And not only play, but play the way they did for the confidence. Their first finals win in about 6 matches. And that's what it's all about. And I just think that both sides have had their perfect run into the grand final, both of them. Now, Rory Desnoy is in. I've been talking to Peter Riccardi and I've been talking to Scap, and apparently they gave him a rigorous fitness test on his injured AC joint in the shoulder, and he came through it with flying colours. I spotted a couple of East blokes waiting at the gate. I thought they might bump him as he came in the gate today. But you can be certainly 100% sure that someone, and that's all fair and legal if it's a nice hip and shoulder, someone will test him out. But Archie mentioned first game in about, 6 or 7 weeks?
7 weeks.
The thing is here, yes, he's fit. Yes, he does a lot of running. Yes, his shoulder's right. But this is a ground that just takes no prisoners. And if you're not match fit, which you possibly can't be, that's the risk that they take. But they hold this kid in such high regard that they're prepared to take that risk. My heart goes out to Serio because I think he's had a magnificent season. Pretty much he's gone out because of points.
Do you think it is? Yeah, because obviously being a high...
Rory Desnoy's at 3 to come in. So they have to take a 3-pointer out. And unfortunately, it was him. Look, he had a great year. I feel sorry for him. But, hey, just another heartbreak football story.
It's not something, as I said, you look forward to all season. It'd be different, I suppose, if they have a situation where we can obviously go back and play some reserve grade football like the East Geelong boys today. A lot of them missed out, but they have got an opportunity and they've been able to come in with success. So that does help and it does soften the blow somewhat. But again, there's nothing better than playing in a senior premiership for your club. So that's going to be an interesting thing as well.
The other one, boys, as well, we've got to look at is Luke Parker. Obviously, he wasn't 100. He got injured in the last game. We said, are they going to, like, obviously having their week off? Are they going to risk bringing him back in? They have brought him back in, experience. They're going forward. Do you think that he could be a detriment to them later in the game? Or do you reckon they should have played a younger player? What's your thoughts on that, Grubby?
Depends who they've got. Now, their seconds aren't too bad. They were put out last week in the preliminary final. After watching that preliminary final, I'm not quite sure they have somebody who can take the game by the scruff of the neck. Now, can Luke Parker do it? I don't know. One of my favourite players, and he's been a magnificent player, but talking to the North Geelong boys, they reckon he's got one left. Now, I said last week, as you get older and you start to think that's nearly the end of your career, the first thing that goes is your kicking. A bloke that can kick 65 metres can now struggle from 40 out. So you know he's near the end. But, look, it is a danger. The other...
It's only a corky, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's only... Oh, no, I'm not worried about the injury.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about what's he got left. But the other North forwards have got to be focused because if they don't get the football, then they have to help Luke chase out whoever he's got and make sure that people don't run off him because that may happen. But, look, I think they decided weeks ago that he was going to play, and who knows, he might just turn back the clock, play a magnificent game, and he might be the one that gets them across the line.
The Desnoy situation said you come in, if you're Peter Riccardi, do you play him straight into the middle and show that he's there to play football, or do you see him out and on a half forward?
Forward.
Do you reckon?
Yep.
Does that say then something to East Geelong that he's not 100% right?
They already know that. And it doesn't give the bloke a chance to run through him at the first centre bounce.
Yeah, I don't know. If I was Riccardi, he's put his hand up to play football. You cross that line, you go in there and you put your best people around the ball, and he's one of those blokes that needs to play around the ball. So I'm not too sure
I think
by
he
doing
will
that.
Play around the ball.
Oh, I will, but I'm just saying right from the very start. Put him out there, let them show that he's ready to go. And as I said, that might even take away the thing that, well, maybe he's better than we thought. So
the other thing is, if they win the toss and kick with a win, you've got another really, really good player down forward. He can maybe kick a couple of goals for you and I think that's what they're aiming at. Look, I was speaking, somebody was speaking to Rory Desnoy not that long ago, and he said the doctor had said he's out for the year.
Was it medial? Like, what? Do you know what the injury was?
The shoulder,
AC joint, yeah.
But he said, look, I probably won't get back. And then he said he might. So there is doubt. There is doubt over it. I don't care what people say. Yep, he's right. He's done it. There has got to be some little bit of doubt in it. But we'll see how it plays out.
I suppose that'll be the case if he does go forward. Obviously, the East Geelong back six probably last week was as good a back six as a performance that I reckon I've seen, not only during the final season, but during the course of the season. So they're going to have to do something similar this afternoon. As I said, they're up against Parker. They've got Desnoy now going forward. You've got the two Fazio brothers that will be down there and have been regular goal kickers down there during the course of the season.
Finished, fourth? In the top five in the goal kicking, anyway.
And I think one of them actually got married in the course of the year too, I think, at some stage, didn't he, and missed a few games. But they are the blokes that you need to have. And also you've got Mitch Bibb as well, that has spent a little bit of more time this year playing through the middle of the ground.
Especially against when he's played East Geelong earlier in the year as well. He's been one of their more prolific ball winners. So watch out for him today in the middle of the ground as well.
I sit back and I think we've seen Oscar Riccardi in a couple of games early in the season, and his pace was exceptional and his movement across the ground. And someone's trying to ring me, one of them spam callers. Can't stop my phone.
His pace has been fantastic.
Yeah, no. So here again today, look, the last couple of weeks, we've seen him play some good football, but I don't think we've seen him today or been really excelled. Now, this ground, for me, should suit him. He's a bit like Steele on the other side. They've got great pace. They can move across the ground pretty well. I'm expecting probably just a little bit more from him today.
Well, I think for North to win, that's what has to happen. And when I did see him do some magnificent things, getting the ball in a couple of the games, he actually missed a few goals, and I thought, gee, he should have kicked them. Today, he has to kick them. He's got no choice today. He has to kick them early, and he has to kick them quick.
He's been able to get through the contest pretty well, as you said, and maybe just feels a little bit rushed when he's got to finishing off his work. But he's an important part. And again, when you look at the back six, I suppose, now of North Geelong, you've got O'Brien, who's been really good. Yeah. Jasper George has been really good. And Paddy Cleary's been really good. So they're your three major defenders that will take on, obviously, the big three at
Cleary
East Geelong.
Will go straight to Smith because he really locked him down in that first final as well. I mean, I think he kicked 4 points. So if he kicks 4 goals, you think, oh, the Smith's got the chocolates. But no, he kicked 4 points. So you've got to put Cleary straight back to Smith.
Do you reckon he starts there?
Yeah, 100%. Cleary will go straight to Smith.
And does that mean that a Sammy Reynolds goes to Caleb Ezard for that height? Because obviously Ezard's not a quick mover, so that'd be a better matchup, do you think, Grub, for Sammy Reynolds?
I think it's the only matchup. I really can't send Sammy Reynolds to Steele.
No, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't even consider that.
Steele's got a stack of pace.
Yep.
And Sammy, for all his, he's good play and he tries pretty hard. He's a bit of a plotter. And he just hasn't quite got the pace to go with Steele. So.
And is that the matchup? Sorry to interrupt. Is that the matchup they played last time? Because whatever it is, I'd keep it the same because I don't think Ezard had a massive impact in that first final either.
Yeah, he's a confidence player. He's a bloke that if he can start getting his hands on the ball early in a contest, he can have an impact on this game. Steele's a bloke that I reckon today is the reason why they brought him to the club. Obviously, a big ground, quick across the ground, good mover through the forward line. Now, he's the type of bloke, if you're going to play Smith deep forward, he'd be the bloke that I'll be playing in front of him and just let him have a free rein from, 30 from the goal up to centre wing and let him do all the running that we've seen some good centre-half forwards do through here. And again, having that bonus of him in that side provides that extra option forward. So I'm really looking forward to see who goes to him. I reckon Jasper George might be the first bloke they might throw at him because he's a pretty good mover across the ground. But then do you take one of your best marking defenders out of that with Andrew Steele, or do you let him play on a lesser light that he can just come off and be that support for O'Brien and that?
No, he's got to go to Steele, I think. He goes to Steele, especially if they kick with the wind, with the breeze. Going the other way doesn't really matter because it's just so hard to kick a goals against it. But no, I think that's the matchup. And Archie's right. The exact matchup last time, that's what they've got to try and do. But then I think that's what Ned's got to try and do too. He might come up with something different. He might throw Steele if they're kicking against him in an half-back flank for a while, and just try and change the setup because they need to change it. They've lost 3 times, including 2 weeks ago. So they do need to change it. Maybe not so much because I think they played one of their better games last week and that'll give them the confidence to head into the grand final. But as I say, they still have to beat North, which they haven't done this year. So maybe he might have to come up with a move or two this year. You don't want to be predictable in the grand final. You can go back to it once the game gets going, but early, you don't want to be too predictable.
So Jackie Beardsley's been really good for them out on the centre wing.
Early.
Yeah,
yes,
early.
Yeah, early.
He does phase out of games quite a lot.
But do you think that would be where Oscar Riccardi starts, or where would you play him, Grub, or Arch? You both of you can answer this. Where does Peter start his son? And is it on Beardsley, or do you have someone else that can maybe just try and nullify his importance in that first half of the game?
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to use Oscar as a nullifier, but if Rory Desnoy is made to start forward, then you may have the option of putting Oscar Riccardi a little bit out further. And again, a little bit to do with the breeze. So if it's going to the Buckley's end and if East Geelong are kicking with the wind, I really think Oscar Riccardi would be a good fit for Beardsley because he's got the pace to match him. But anything else, who knows? He goes down. If they're kicking with the wind, they might have another couple of goals in them down there, both Desnoy and Oscar.
I know we spoke off air before, Arch, and you brought up the fact that the both games have been won by the team that's had the better clearance thing, and that's probably happens in most games of football. If you've got a good clearance from the middle of the ground, it gets you sort of into your forward line and presents a little bit easier option. But you were saying that North Geelong have been able to do that the 3 times that they've met.
Yeah, well, I won't touch too much on the previous 2 occasions because, as Grubby says, you don't look too much into those games. But the final, it was plus. I've got my stats here. It was plus 15 in clearances to North Geelong, and they had 14 more inside 50s. And that started in the middle, winning the hitouts by 25. So you win the hitouts in the middle, Davis wins the hit-outs, and then you end up winning the clearances, and then ended up winning inside 50s, have more inside 50s, more shots at goal. It's not that complicated. So, yeah, the more shots at goals you have, the more chance you are you're going to have a win.
Yeah, it was a bit like last night, I suppose, the effectiveness when you're taking the ball inside 50 and what you actually do when you bring that last ball into the forward line, because Geelong obviously last night hacked it in their first quarter and couldn't get a roll on the board. But again, you look at this sort of level of football, that's the important thing. If they can get the ball in, we spoke about it last week with Smith, some of the delivery he was getting, it made it very hard for him to actually win possession of the ball. But as soon as it was put out in front of him and he was able to protect the space, and we know he does very well, then he became effective.
So when that last week when they were doing those kicks, those bullet kicks, he's not going to mark everyone. A lot of them are going to hit the ground. But when those kicks work out, it looks amazing because it hits him on the chest. So I think they're better off playing that game than putting it out in front of him, because we watched that first final. When they put it out in front of him, you can have another defender come across, the ball can land in front of him, it can go over his head. A number of things can happen. So I think they've got to try, especially in these conditions, try and keep it low and flat at him.
And it's confidence, because he's kicked a lot of bags over the few years he's been in the Geelong District Footy League, and he's kicked a few bags, and that's all confidence. Once he gets 2 or 3, he's damn hard to stop, I can tell you that.
So we're just getting confirmation there from Toothy Moore, just about us selecting the player of the day here, but we'll get to that a bit further down the track.
Basically's not playing, so you got to pick someone
Yeah,
today.
I know. Well, don't forget, I've got my old mate in the number 32 Guernsey at East Geelong.
McIntyre.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's got him, though. Everyone's got him.
All right, let's just, as a quick, on-the-moment spur thing, give me a key player for both sides that can actually turn this game and make it their own.
Well,
or someone that you think can.
Well, I'm going to go by the stats. And I never go by stats. But Archie's told me the stats about clearances. So the two important people at this stage, Tommy Davis and the big fella in
Jacob Sobey.
Sobey. Now, I don't think Sobey can beat Tommy, because he's not quite big enough. So he's got to focus his whole game on nullifying him and breaking even, right? But that's not the two blokes. The two blokes that can win the game from both sides. You've already mentioned Johnny McIntyre. He gets a lot of the ball. He was out injured for a while. He played another good game last week. He's ripe. He's ready to go. I think he's the one for East Geelong if you're talking clearances to get it out. And, of course, the other bloke from the other side is Tommy Swenson. He has to play as good as he can, and he will. He needs a few helpers, of course. He needs a few mates running with him. But I think if he plays another really, really good game, that gives North Geelong a chance to win the game.
I actually had those exact two written down, Johnny McIntyre.
Don't go copying me.
I already had them written down, Grub. He had 33 touches last time these two met and 8 clearances. Tommy Swenson had 25 and 9 clearances. So they're exactly what Grubby said. He picked out the two that are going to win the ball out of the middle. But yeah, I'll pick another one as well. I think Jasper George, if he gets his game going off half back, his intercepting game, if he's using the ball in the way that we know he can, he's one of the better kicks in his team, just like Beardsley is for East Geelong, then he can be a really prolific player for North Geelong.
Yeah, but that's very reliant on how the game goes. You can have Jasper George doing all that, but if the East Geelong forwards get on top, then he's going to have to forego that and stop them. And you've got plenty of them. He won't go to Smith, but he might go to Steele, and he might go to Ezard.
Is he more of a one-on-one player, or does he kind of play like that Tom Stewart kind of don't play like a player?
He plays the way he's been playing. Yeah. But unfortunately, you have to adapt. And if the forwards are really giving you a hiding, then you've got no choice but to stop them first and then try and attack later. I know that's a bit old-fashioned, but there's no good running down the ground and getting 20 kicks if Steele or Ezard are kicking 4 or 5 goals each, because you lose the game.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go Steele. I think Andrew Steele's the bloke. We've heard big things about him most of the season, and I reckon today he needs to kick a handful of goals. And I think if he gets somewhere between 4 and 6, that'll go a long way towards East Geelong winning this game of football. On the other side of things, I just reckon Jackson Jewell, he's the bloke. We expect that Tommy Swenson, I expect that Oscar Riccardi will step up to the plate this afternoon. But I reckon if Jackson Jewell gets himself heavily involved in this game, he's that third midfielder that can really have an influence and start driving the ball along. We know he works both ways. We know he's a good tackler. He gets plenty of possession of the ball. As long as he's using it well, I reckon he can play a pretty important role.
I think you overrate him a little bit. I think he's a good player.
He's a good player, but when he plays his very, very best, he becomes that extra link that they need to have playing well. And if he's not playing in that role, then I think then that sort of just drags North Geelong just back that little bit.
I think you overrate him a touch.
Do you think Oldsbrook goes anyone early? Do you think does he go to a Jewel? Does he go to a Tommy Swinnison? Because he has been playing that tagging role. Obviously, we saw him tag last week when he went to Baseley. Do you reckon he's going to do the same again?
Well, a different role. You can't plot him into midfielder because
he did that at stages last week and he played really well.
Yeah, but he basically plays off the half back line. He just really stayed to nullify his influence from the half back line. That's a different kettle of fish to playing him on a Riccardi, a Mitchell Bibb or someone like that. I just don't know whether that would be the better option for him. I think he now has to go in there. If he's going to be a centreman, he's going to have to play his own game. Obviously, you have someone that you actually look after during the course of the game, but who that is today, I'm not too sure. I think he's just got to get himself involved as best he can. And then
I think he played really well last week.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. I think he was good. I don't know.
I
don't think he was in their best group, but he was the role he played on Baseley made him so because he took Baseley's effectiveness out of the game.
Is there a role like that from here today?
But I don't know who that can be, Grub.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there is.
I don't think there's a role in that sense because if he goes into midfield, he's going to have a Tommy Swinnison. I'm not too sure whether that's a role. He's going to have a Jackson Jewell who's probably bigger, stronger and quicker than him.
What about Jasper George?
No.
Could he go down there and do the same thing he did at Baseley?
Well, a different type of player because you've got a bloke that's taking marks. Jasper George is a good overhead mark and can run and carry the ball a bit and probably a bit too much leg speed for him. So it's interesting just to see. So we're going to take a short break there, just going through their preliminaries here, and we'll come back shortly. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Welcome, everybody, and hope we have a great game for the Morris Cup for 2025 between East Geelong and North Geelong. East Geelong are coached by Ned Asselbrook and captained by John McIntyre. North Geelong are coached by Peter Riccardi and captained by Zach Swinnison. The umpires today from the Geelong Football Umpires League are field umpires David Chaston, Hamish Irvin and Jack O'Neill. The boundary umpires are Liam Carter, Mark Coulter, and Richie. I'll call on two little superstars from the clubs from East Geelong. We've got Rex O'Neill and Declan Fitzsimmons, who will bring up the Premiership Cup. Congratulations, boys. And I'll ask the two captains to come forward to give the boys a gift for the day. Thanks very much. Thanks, Zach and John. Now I'll call on Casey Dunlop, who will sing the national anthem. Thank you.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and in history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing. Advance Australia fair.
I'll call on the two captains to toss the coin, thanks.
Right, mate, when you're ready. 2025 Grand Final. North Geelong are taking on East Geelong this afternoon. I'm just going to go quickly to both of you. Grupp, I need a selection on who's going to win the game of football and a margin.
I don't know, and I don't know.
Arch?
Oh, I'm going to go East Geelong by 13 points, and my tip for best on ground is going to be Andrew Steele.
Right, I'm going to go East Geelong because everyone tells me during the course of the year that they have been the best side, and also Scapper said if I pick North Geelong, he'd come down the box and belt me. So,
and who's going to win best on ground?
Best on ground, I'm thinking. Yes, I don't know. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll think about that.
Don't worry about Scapper coming down. He was a great footballer, but he couldn't fight.
Doesn't matter. He's still got a belt me. I'm still scared of Scap.
I tell you what. All right, I suppose I'm being a bit ignorant, but everybody seems to say East. I just, even though I wasn't there, you blokes were. The day I listened when I was sick on the radio, if they can play anywhere near the football they played that day, no one in the GDFNL can touch them. So I'm going to back them to play like that. I'm going to go for North by about 7 points after extra time.
Oh!
And Tommy Swenison to win the medal.
Right, I'll go behind mate number 32, Johnny McIntyre, East Geelong by a goal. So it's going to be a close contest by all reports here. We're Grubby picking an extra time game. As I said, I think they by rights play 2 5-minute quarters, and I think the side it's kicking whichever way they finish. That's the way they start for their second 5 minutes.
And I hate that rule.
Yeah, no.
You know why?
Especially if you're kicking with a breeze.
Well, not so much that, but the thing is, well, every year, no matter what the score, I yell out, we could be back here next week, but we're not going to be no matter what.
And what I can tell you is Rory Desnor is going to start on the bench this afternoon. So they're going to ease him into this game of football. And the big job on
I didn't consider that.
Jackie Beardsall is going to be Charlie McDonald. So he's got a big job out there early on in the game because he's a pretty important part to it.
Where is Riccardi?
Riccardi's here in the half-forward line.
There he is.
So we've got East Geelong going to the city end, and obviously North Geelong, they are going to the Buckley's end here this afternoon. Concept Oval.
Cleary straight to Smith, as I said.
Yep, Cleary.
Cleary. It's Cleary.
Yeah.
It's not.
Okay. Righto. Ball is in the air. Umpires have started the game of football. Sobey gets the first tap down. Ball down in the hands of Davis. He's knocked off his feet. Umpires let him go so far. Stands around. I'm not too sure. He's waiting, still waiting.
Now,
and
in every single final, they've swooped in the umpires and bounced the ball straight away. Please do that.
Yep, I hope they change that pretty well quickly. The ball now from that ruck contest. A free kick being given. Which way is it going? It's indications going to Sobey of East Geelong. He kicks the ball short into the hands of McIntyre. He'll want to get back on his left foot. Can do so now. Looks into their half-forward line. That's the direction he goes. Steele's going to be the marking option. Ball comes to ground. Picked up. He was tackled. Ball comes out. Ezard's got it. He was tackled. Brought to ground. And umpire this time has done the right thing. Came in quickly and will start the ball from that half-forward line.
Umpires for today's game, David Chaston, Hamish Irvin and Jack O'Neill. Well done, boys. Congratulations.
So the ball thrown up again in the half-forward line. Ball's tapping out of the contest. Again, some competitive work around the contest, and umpire has blown his whistle again very quickly. Still 40 metres out from goal. Ball hits the ground. This time Davis tries to clean out, but it's Swenison that got his little boot to the ball. Lowe was there. He couldn't take it out of there either. Lemper tried to get from the contest. Again, this time it's Mitchell Bibb that emerges with the kick and goes into their half, into the middle of the ground. Lee leads in the race for the ball. Parker's tackled him. Actually, no disposal there, so the umpire's call play on. No, done the right thing there.
Hold the ball up, no advantage.
Good decision. That's exactly right. So Lukey Parker, he will take the ball on centre wing. Kicks the ball long into their forward line. Riccardi will look like the option. Also there was Vaughan. Ball gets out the back. Goes towards the defensive end there, and O'Brien Henderson, he was tackled, got the ball free. Good mark out there by Lee, and the pressure came from Lukey Parker from behind. Ball goes outside. Melville, Ben this time. Defensive side of centre wing. Handball's back inside. Crombie, quick to put boot to ball, goes into their half-forward line. Smith's out in front, but his balls have evaded him. Picked up by Zach Smith, chips to the boundary line and over the boundary line, and it's going to be a throw-in.
So it was also Zach Swinnerson, not Zach Smith.
So that's all right. Swinnerson it was. Ball over the boundary line, and it's going to be free kicking going to
McDonald.
Well, hang on. Was it? Oh, yep.
I don't know.
Didn't Zach kick it out of bounds?
Yeah, he did.
So what's happened? Did he get knocked over after he kicked it?
Must have been.
Okay. So Swinnerson's back pocket or half back line going to chip back to the goal square. Farrell now with the ball. He goes further across the ground. It was a dangerous kick, but it's got to a target. Mark has been taken out there. O'Brien wants to go just along the middle or towards centre wing, and coming up from behind there, the mark has been taken by Purcell. So again, still defensive side of centre wing for North Geelong, looking to transfer play across the ground. Mark was taken. Umpire said not far enough. Ball now kicked long into their half-forward line. Out the back it will go. Jules in a nice position. Picks the ball up. Boot the ball. Into their forward line they go. O'Brien Henderson did nicely. Trapped the ball. Tried to feed the ball out. Lee just kicks it off the ground. Into the hands of a player coming the other way. And that was Billy. He was tackled. Umpire said he had prior opportunity. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. And it's going to be a free kick going to East Geelong.
So it's going to be a free kick on their half-back line now. Handball is going to be given off to McLean. McLean down the line, looking, jumping over the top. Ball hits the deck now, in between centre wing and half-back for East Geelong. And the ball is going to run out of bounds. We'll have a ball in close to centre wing. We have had no score in this one so far. 4 minutes through. And the ruck contest is going to be majority of the day. Sobey and Davis. How important it is. Ball back in now. Sobey on the tap out. It came down to the path to Davis. He couldn't quite. Now quick hands from Shaw it was. They're going to move the ball forward here. North Geelong. It comes out. Billy's involved there as well. He couldn't quite cover the ball. We might have another stoppage. We do.
Just while they're doing that stoppage, our boundary umpires today are Liam Carter, Jade Frampton, Grant Sumner, and Mark Coulter. We'll wait for the goals in a minute.
So, ball up again now. 60 from North Geelong's goal. Lowe got the ball forward for East. Now, coming back the other way, it was a good tackle, and the ball was ended up out of bounds again. Goal umpires,
The goal umpires are Ken Duggan and Marcus Briggs. So, congratulations to all of those blokes and girls too.
So, we're about 65 from the North Geelong goal. No score as yet in this grand final. Ball down, coming through the pack, trying to get it out was Purcell. He couldn't quite, and the umpire has blown his whistle, and we'll have another stoppage. Bit of stop-start footy early here. Umpire, ball in hand. We're up again now. Davis trying to get it down, couldn't quite. Out to McIntyre. He couldn't go the ball. Habib's there as well, and the ball was going to run over the boundary. So we'll have another ball in.
I'll tell you another thing too, Smithy. All finals, the side with the wind, there's been no goals much kicked at the other end, but today there's been plenty of goals kicked against the wind in the previous games.
And here he is coming for his first run of the day. Rory Desnoy up to the interchange bench. So comes out now. Swinnerson has the ball. Handball's back into Jewel, and the ball's out of bounds again. So maybe you can clear it here, Smithy.
So it's going to go back to the boundary umpire here. Said Tommy Swinnerson was out the other side, but had gone over the boundary line. Davis and Sobey. Ruck duties out there on the far side. Davis front position. Sobey just moves him under the ball, takes the ruck, and ball out of the ruck, kicks it to their half-forward line. Mark has been taken out there by Lemper. So Lemper now has got the ball, and it's going to be a 50-metre penalty there.
50 for that. That was completely accidental, I thought.
So he will go from about 75 out.
Well, he should be about 20 metres, 25 out now.
That's where he's going to be.
Gee, that's tough.
It is. So Ryan Lemper with the first opportunity of the afternoon to put the score on the board. and to get East Geelong up and running. So from 20 metres out directly in front, kicks at goal. Umpire moves us slightly across, but he has got the first. East Geelong are on the board. 6.5 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard. It is East Geelong, one straight goal. North Geelong yet to score.
I told you they could kick goals at the other end, but I wasn't counting on a 50-metre penalty, which I thought he was in the contest. I thought it was very, very very tough by Dave Chaston, but that's the way it goes. If that's what's going to happen, then I hope they're consistent with it all day. Because that looked to me like a dead set accident.
What do you think about the breeze as well, Grub? Is there much going?
It's a swirling a bit.
So we are back in the middle now. Sobey over the top. Swenison with his first clearance of the day. Gets the ball forward. North Geelong's first real look at it. Inside the forward 50 now. Vaughan tracking back. Couldn't quite. Coming through was O'Brien. Henderson. He did that really well. Handball in the path of his teammate in McLean. And the ball is over the boundary line. So ball in 70 metres out from the North Geelong goal. Dangerous signs as Swenison's running forward from the midfield stoppage.
I think you saw the value of the win there. He kicked it a mile.
So back in now, Ruckman holding each other, and they're going to have the throw in again there, just a bit shallow. So 1 goal straight, East Geelong to no score North. We've gone 8 minutes in this first quarter. Umpire has ball in hand now. Better throw in that time, nearly over the head of the ruckman. It does. Swenison gets out. He started well. Shakes and bakes. Handball misses his teammate in Fazio. Then they're going to move the ball forward. East Geelong. They turn it over. Comes in the middle to Smith. He drops his chest mark. He should have taken that for his confidence. Ezra got the ball forward to his coach in Elsbrook. He couldn't quite cover the ball. Then he lays a good tackle, though. Getting out of it was the teammate in. It was Brockenshy. Got it out wide. They're going to appeal for insufficient attempt here. The umpire's going to pay it. He's paid insufficient attempt. So Sam Lowe, centre wing, sends the ball back in. It's not his best kick. It should be turned over. It is now. Swenison's there, and the ball's going to be stuck under there somewhere. So we'll have a ball up. True centre wing, boundary road side of the ground.
Haven't paid that sort of thing for a long time this year. So now both clubs have got to realise these blokes are going to pay it today. So be careful.
We're up again now. Ball one out of the middle. Might have from Sobey down the path to Ezard. Can he have the ball? It's a good handball going wide to Lemper. And now they're going to go inside the forward 50, although it's not a good kick. Coming back off, big contest. Players running at each other. Handball forward now. Olsbrook in and under. Wins the ball and then trying to get it out to his teammate. Monahan's involved there. Olsbrook again in and under. And neither team can win the ball on this occasion. We're about 60 metres out from the East Geelong goal. We're going to have a ball up. So 1 goal straight. East Geelong to no score, North Geelong. We've gone 10 minutes in this first quarter, brought to our Buckley's Entertainment.
So ball point of the square. East Geelong's attacking end. Ball thrown in the air. This time, Ezard tries to get the ball down. Fazio's got his head over it. He's tackled and he is brought to ground. Umpire will come in and have another ball up. So they haven't been able to get clean passage through their middle of the ground at this stage. Ball is thrown up. Went to the ruckman. Ezard just taps the ball about 30 metres to their advantage. Going after the ball. Brockenshy couldn't stay on his feet. Was able to trap the ball. Now he might be in trouble here.
He's in big trouble here. That's nearly on the ball. Look,
yeah.
He's dragged it in. He's still got it in. No, I think that's on the ball.
Umpire's actually called it for it back. So it's going to be a ball up this time. Half forward line.
That was blatant.
Right on the forward 50. Again, Davis goes, gets the ball out into the hands there of Purcell. His foot didn't make contact with the ball, but he did make an attempt to get rid of it. Fazio on hands and knees, feeds the ball out. Maybe not to the middle of the ground would have been a good option. Lowndes picks the ball up and he goes deeper into their forward half. Oh, going back, that was a fairly good mark, and that was Jasper George. We've known him to do that on a regular occasion. He brings the ball out wide, goes towards a bib in front. Now at ground level, he picks the ball up, picks the ball back towards centre wing. Bounce gets over the top. This is where you need the pace. Going back, O'Brien Henderson taps the ball down. Parker went past the ball, so he just kicked the ball back into the middle. Coming back now, it's going to be, it's eluding a lot of players through the middle. Tommy Swenison's got his head over the contest. He was taken out of it. Ball now picked up. Handball goes out the back. That was by Vaughan. But they're trying to win possession. But Lowe of East Geelong picks the ball up. He goes back into their half-forward line. Got a bit of distance on the kick. Swenison picks the ball up. Tackled. Brought to ground. Umpire again. Quickly in. Ball up on the half-forward line. 1 goal straight. East Geelong, North Geelong yet to score. We've travelled 11 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
55 out. Big jump from Steele out of the ruck. Couldn't quite get it now. Comes out. Jackson Jules involved as well. Now's an opportunity. Steele running ball forward. Here's an opportunity for Smith. Can he gather the ball? He can't quite. Comes out. Here's the coach. Olsbrook. He gets smothered. Now Zach Smith inside out. Check side kick. How's it going to land? On the line. It was rushed through. So manic entry for East Geelong. 1-1-7 now to no score North Geelong. We have gone 11 and a half minutes in this first quarter. Brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment. And it's going to be Jasper George, I think it is, to kick the ball out for North Geelong. He's going to go long. You can see the breeze there. He's kicked it nearly 70 metres on a good mark taken. Well set there.
It should have gone, actually.
East Geelong. So they're going to send the ball back inside. Forward 50 is a good kick, and it's in the path of Lemper. He's already kicked one. He's going to look inside. The umpire calls him to play on. He kicks it in the path of Steele. Is it? No, it was dropped. And then around the corner, he couldn't quite get the kick off. It was Lowndes. It was a player in question. Now kicked out by North Geelong. They've got to defend gallantly. And a good mark going back to the fight. Umpire said play on, but he's going to win the free kick. So important contest one in the middle of the ground now for North Geelong. They're going to wait for the best option. It was Vaughan. He goes out wide. Big fist coming over the top. It was from Fanning. The ball does stay in momentarily, and then it goes out of bounds.
I reckon that was Jake McLean very, very deep down there. He's just made a big, awfully big run back. He's gone a long way down for a backman. Funny game these days, isn't it?
Private riding options, Grub.
So 70 metres out from the North Geelong goal. Davis got it down, trying to get to Fazio. Couldn't quite now. This is where East Geelong winning the ball on the outside. It was a great tackle, though, coming through from Jewel. Umpire's going to say, give it to me. We haven't had the ball on this side of the ground as yet, the club room side of the ground at St Albans Park.
Don't hope too much, mate.
And exactly. Don't expect much of that all day. It'll stay over the boundary road side. So ball back in now. Davis goes inside the forward 50. Running back was Vaughan. He couldn't quite gather it. Now the handball. Monahan's involved as well. Riccardi's on his tail. And then quick kick out by McLean. And now Swenson has it, gets rid of one, gets rid of two, goes, has a ping at goal. He couldn't quite, could he? Fazio on the line. Punched. It was a good punch, and he has hit the post on the way through. It's just going to be a minor score. So 1-1-7, East Geelong to the first score, a minor score for North Geelong. We have gone 14 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Bucks Entertainment.
So the ball brought back in quickly, and it was McLean that brings the ball out. Oh, Lowndes over the top. That was a good grab. And he has got the ball in between the half-back line. He goes back to McLean once again, and he moved the ball now towards centre wing. Ball gets out the back. O'Brien couldn't take the mark. Lemper picks the ball up, looks for the ball, kicks it down, goes towards Steele, runs onto it. Good body in there by Mulville. Some good competitive work coming across there from Reynolds. Picked up Smith, round the body, goes back towards goal. He's brought it back too far, through for a minor score. 1-2. East Geelong, one behind North Geelong. 14 and a half minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
I'm bugging if I understand that. The player gets the ball, kicks it. He's whacked after he's kicked it down the ground. The umpire runs across and says, don't do it again. The free kick, mate.
So the kick straight up the ground now, ends up with O'Brien. Goes wide now, finds McDonald on the half-back line for North Geelong. Boundary road side. So he looks up at his options. Just going to take a breath here in this one. Down the line, might be a big fly over the top. Jewel, he couldn't quite. Ball ends up with North Geelong. It was Vaughan. Then he loses possession. Very contested game here. Big tackle laid. Umpire still says play on. Now one out. It might have been Desnell. That's a good early touch for him. He looks like he's in the midfield. And a good mark taken from Luke Parker.
Nothing forward of him.
He has the ball 60 metres out for North Geelong. Going to send him deep. Here's an opportunity over the head of Riccardi with Monahan. And the ball's going to end up over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in 15 metres out from the North Geelong goals.
He had the idea right, Luke Parker. There was no one down there. He was going to try and kick the hell out of it and see if he could bounce, but he just couldn't quite get it far enough.
And he's won two big contests early in this first quarter. Great sign of a North Geelong fan. So ball back in now. Over the top of Fazio. He's in the ruck. Now coming through, it was good hands from Mulville. He tried to get it out to his teammate in McIntyre, and then an up and under kick. George is stalking it, couldn't quite, and one of his teammates does. So they're going to wheel and go here back to the middle. The kick wasn't great to Fazio. He's going to gather the ball. He does. Then he turns over the handball. Steele did really well. He kicks forward, but it's all North Geelong. So they're going to turn over the ball. It's Cleary. He's got the job on Smith. He goes out wide and finds his teammate in Jasper George. Such a damaging player of halfback he is. He bites. It was a great kick in the end to Jewel. Now to Fazio. He's 50 out. He has a ping. Is it online? It's going the distance. And it was well done from O'Brien Henderson on the line. Saw the ball over the goal line, punched it through. So another minor score, 1-2-8 East Geelong to 2 minor scores North Geelong. We've gone 17 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
Bissett doing the kicking work from the fullback position now. Bissett now is going to go boundary road side of the ground, decides to load up, go long. So he got some good distance on there, outside 50, ball mark, good there. Pask takes a mark, goes back inside to Fazio once again. Quick ball back inside. Oh, Riccardi, that was clever. A good vertical jump there, and Riccardi from right on 50 has an opportunity here for North Geelong. Sees an option, goes towards a bib, well-weighted kick. Good work, Lee. Gets back, takes a mark for East Geelong. And that was some good defensive work there. So he's looking to come club room side. Little chip along the boundary. O'Brien Henderson takes a mark. Inside defensive 50 still. This one, longer kick outside. Went looking towards Sobey. But George has had his name written all over that. Smaller player inside. He goes back towards the centre half forward position. There's noise there. But Dixon attacks the ball for East Geelong. Came through. Take possession. Got the handball out the back. Minari over the little kick round the body. Had plenty of elevation on it. But it's going to work because Ben Mulville's there. And he has taken the mark. He chips back inside. Mark has all been taken there this time by Ollis. Just the defensive side of the centre circle. Goes back inside now into McIntyre. Around one. Had a little bit of time now. Looks up. Goes into their forward line. But getting back, Charlie Farrell
now that's
fills
50.
a hole.
That is 50.
He is going to be...
That has got to be 50.
You would think the same thing there, Grub. Absolutely. Ball over the top of Swennerson. Missed the target. Crombie come through. Couldn't pick it up. McDonald got it. Went for the handball back inside. Mulville arrived. Kicked the ball off the ground. Runs back to their half-back line. Cleary leads in the race for the ball. Was able to get boot to ball. That was good enough because it ended up in the hands of Cooper Vaughan on centre wing. Kips back inside to Fazio. Looks across the ground. He's got a player now. Habib over the top. He's got Parker. And he can take the ball. Will he continue? Yes, he will. Looks at goal. Plenty of time. Kicks on the right boot. And that's the first on the board for North Geelong. Luke Parker, his first, ties things up, 1-2 apiece, and we have gone 90 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
That's how you move the ball, and when North Geelong can move the ball like that, they're pretty much unstoppable, and that's the trap when the defenders do come up. It's just not enough time when you move the ball that well for the defenders to get back. And I can tell you, Lukey Parker, he may be playing his last game, but he don't miss those, and he never looked like missing it.
And he's having a good first
quarter.
quarter.
And I'm just still a bit worried. I'm not going to dwell on it, but they pay a 50-metre before with a, I thought, accidental. He was actually flung to the ground after and it's the same umpire. That's got to be 50 up. Come on.
So we are back in the middle now. Ball eluded McIntyre, came out to his teammate in Minari. He couldn't quite now. North Geelong got a handball going forward. Jewel has the ball. He's going to send them forward in the path of Vaughan, although playing in front was Mulville. It was Austin, although they win the ball back here. North Geelong, they're going to go inside forward 50 over the head of Desnoy coming through his lead. He did really well to tap the ball forward, although they managed to hold the ball up here. Desnoy in and under, handball out. That was really well done. Vaughan in the back to Fazio, and then over the top. Was it in the back? Umpire says no. We're going to have a stoppage 65 metres out from the North Geelong goal. So we are all square here at St Albans Park. 1-2 apiece. Ball is up again. Coming out. Didn't quite get to Swennerson, and then coming through for North Geelong, and the ball running over the boundary line was Purcell. Trees don't look to be moving too much, Grub. That's how we go off, isn't it?
Trees are still,
Exactly
flags are still
right.
flapping. I reckon they got a big fan over there. Just So as I say, there's been plenty of goals kicked at each end all day. And I do worry.
Is back in now. So we try to get the ball out. Pass playing in the ruck for North Geelong for the time being. A double game tackle given. The umpire keeps waiting. He's going to ping him. Go on the ball. Don't know what prior he had there, but McIntyre is going to get off the Beardsall. It's his first look of the game. He's going to go forward for East Geelong. Now Olsbrook, handball over the top. Steele in the path of McLean, it might be. Going back, McDonald doing a really good job. Oh, that was well done from McDonald. He won the contest. He had to, and he did. Comes out to Habib now. He's going to gather the ball. Swing back on his left in the path of Vaughan. Gets over the head of Vaughan now. Here's Desnoy. He's looking pretty good. Kicks it over the top. Playing in front was Lee, but it might get out the back to Parker. Can't quite. Now an opportunity in the middle of the ground. They might hold it up, and they do. They had to make the tackles come, and Mulville did. So we'll have a stoppage about 70 metres out from the North Geelong goal. 1-2-8 apiece. 22 minutes gone this first quarter, brought to you by Bucks Entertainment.
Attacking side of the ground for North Geelong, just between half forward and centre wing. Coming out, dual little left boot into their half forward line. Went after it again. Ball's gone over the boundary line. Umpire this time says it's a throw-in. I think Jackson Jewell actually looked back towards the umpire then just to see what he was going to do.
We're all looking.
So right on the forward 50 arc now, the ball. As I said, North Geelong's attacking end. Park's doing the ruck work. Pushed Toby out of the road. Ball comes out of the contest. Picked up. Habib goes long into their forward line. Someone needs to stand under it. Coming across. Oh, good mark out there. And it has been taken by Fazio. This is John. And he's about 30 metres out from goal. And he's got a 45-degree angle to work with there. But he has been kicking goals for them on a regular basis during the course of the season. And can go and put North Geelong in front for the first time in the game. He's taking his time.
Mate, please.
Fazio has got the ball. As we said, he needs to kick this only a matter of 30 metres, if that. So steps in now. Important for the North Geelong side, you would think here. A little bit of a stutter. Kicks that goal. Wasn't great off the boot. Wasn't good off the scorecard either. A minor score. So now 1-3 to North Geelong, 1-2 East Geelong. And we've gone 23 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard. Again kicked in Vesserton. Handballs, got the handball back, went to Lee. They're going to put themselves under pressure here. McIntyre picks the ball up, went over the top once again, out to low. Back to Crombie. Crombie just slammed. A good defensive work there from North Geelong. They've been able to hold things up. Tackle is laid.
Oh, he's giving him a sling tackle.
Don't know whether that was the case either, was it?
Oh.
Free kick. He loves to fling himself as well.
So Benny Crombie emerges with the free kick on the half back line.
Can't put him out. He's on the mark.
He must have said he was outside 5. I don't understand this.
He's telling him it's ridiculous.
So the ball now kicked towards centre wing. Davis in front. Doesn't take the mark. Comes down. Picked up. Farrell got the handball back inside. Missed the target. Now it's in the hands of Minari. He's got the ball. Handballs over the top. And ends up in the hands there of the Fazio, who goes back into their half-forward line. Mark not taken again. Visitton jumps on it. Now he could be in trouble. He's jumped on it, pulled it back in, and umpire has seen it the same way. Free kick goes to Riccardi. He wants the ball back. He wants to get it moving. Umpire now got him standing just outside forward 50. Desnoy up short. Riccardi's going back and having a look at this.
Take a good kick from there.
He's got a good run-up grab, so he's going to take every bit of it.
Not Dennis Lilly.
Gone back further again. Momentum will take you a long way. I'm not too sure whether that'll help. But look at his shirt, the wind definitely blowing straight across the ground. So the right-hand post, he needs to kick at. Actually, didn't even try to kick the goal there. He's just put it towards the top of the square. Mark is not taken out there. Coming through Beardsall, and he will see it over the boundary line. As I said, 25 minutes gone first quarter. It is North Geelong 1-3, East Geelong 1-2. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
The wind's still took it across, so he didn't even put it to the top of the square in the finish.
No. Well, he's still got to run another 10 metres and kicked it over the man on the mark. We are back in it now. Ruckman couldn't contest. Comes out. Swennerson, come on the man. No bounces. Fazio did well to keep it in front, and then Lee saw it over the goal line. So 1-2-8, 1-4-10 now. Is that right, Smithy? 25 minutes gone in this first quarter. Lissadon has the ball in hand. It's going to go out the boundary road side. Davis flies. He might claim the mark. No, just taking it at the last minute. Swennerson there as well. Smith's up the ground. He tries to get the ball forward for East Geelong. Couldn't quite. Now Allsbrook, good hands. He's been good in this first quarter. And then the player is caught. He's going to say holding the ball. It's going to be coming back for North Geelong. Good tackle in the end. They're going to pull the trigger, go through the middle. This is the kick. It's got to be perfect. Oh, coming through the other way. Oh, it's still going to work out for them, though. Might be Vaughan going inside, forward 50. They have the numbers here. East Geelong, Fazio again. He gets wrapped up by O'Brien Anderson. Umpire's going to say, give it to me. So stoppage 35 metres out from the North Geelong goal now. Desnoy's looked pretty good early as well with that shoulder concern. So ball slapped out from Sobey. Comes out to Vaughan. He tries to get around his opponent. Somehow gathers the ball, puts it back in. An opportunity. It gets over the head of his teammate. Here they go. First Holden gathered. Snap back with the boot and kicks it out of bounds on the full. Geordie Purcell had more time than he probably thought. So it happens in a grand final. The pressure is immense. So Steele now, ball in hand. Last line of defence for East Geelong. No, he works so far up the ground. He's going to go out to the club room side in the path of Lowe. That has to be a free kick. It is. So Sammy Lowe now. Half back flank, hugged up against the boundary. Doesn't see too many leads presenting. He's probably going to go down the line to Ezard, and he is. So there's an opportunity for Ezard versus Davis, and Ezard does really well. Takes the mark. That'll do his confidence wonders early in this one. He's going to handball to McIntyre. McIntyre, kick. It looks perfect. It is. And the mark is taken by Lemper. So great ball movement along the boundary line here for East Geelong. They're going to keep moving it forward. Smith's found some space, and he's got the mark. Zach Smith has the mark. 55 metres out from goal, and he's going back with authority. He wants to go back and kick this goal. And just like he did last week, he wants to take the game by the scruff of the neck.
I reckon if the wind blowing the way it is, he might have a little bit behind him here.
He's going to have to give this everything, Smith. 6 goals last week in the first final. These guys played. He kicked 0-4, so could be the difference maker. Kick the second goal for East Geelong. Give him the lead back. Zach Smith kicks. It looks all right off the boot. It's coming. It's coming. It's just to the near side. It's a minus
Never
goal.
look like it, you idiots.
139, 14-10. We've got 28 minutes as the siren goes for quarter time. North Geelong are leading by a point. Goal scorers, Smithy.
The goal scorers, Lukey Parker has the solitary goal for North, and for East Geelong, it's Ryan Lemper. Game evenly poised here, and Rory Desnoy and Paddy O'Brien Henderson just saying hello as they go towards their quarter-time huddles. We'll take a short break. Come back shortly. You'll listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. said, game evenly poised here at quarter time, both sides with that solitary goal, and looks like the wind probably. We still think maybe just favouring the Buckley's end slightly, but as Grubby had mentioned during the course of this broadcast, both sides early in the games have been able to score to the other end of the Geelong Road or Geelong City end. So again, North Geelong have done okay, Grub, and it's, I suppose at half time we'll really get the true value of what's happening out there.
Well, you will, and as I say, I watched the 18s game and the seconds, and there was plenty of goals scored at the other end. So the flags are moving across the ground. We've seen a couple of blokes from this side have a shot, have the wind aid behind them, and they've used it. I'm not quite sure whether the wind will play part, as you say. We will see it by half time. But I just thought, look, let's forget about getting a magnificent game of football. We haven't seen one through this finals, through the windy conditions, through the unbelievable pressure that both sides are putting on each other. We'll only see glimpses of really, really good play. So it's going to be a dour affair, but it's entertaining. It's close, it's tough, it's hard, and I don't know who's in front. If the wind is an advantage, Easter, but other than that, it's a pretty tough, hard game. Towards the end of the quarter, I thought North lifted just about everything and got a little bit on top, but they just couldn't score the goals that they needed. And then very late, East took it back up, and they looked the goods too. So I just think this is going to go all the way until one of them cracks or one of them plays some just magnificent football. Who is capable of that? We're not quite sure.
Yeah, I don't think anything's any clearer than what it was at the start of the game.
It's not.
Usually you can get a bit of an idea 15 minutes in about who's playing well and the side that's actually looking a bit better on the field. But again, both sides have wasted some options. And, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Couple of individual players you thought started all right, Grub. I thought Lucky Parker obviously kicked that goal, had a couple of big one-on-one wins. I thought in patch, I thought Olsbrook was pretty good for East Geelong. Anyone that stood out for you? Tommy Swenison actually played pretty well for North Geelong as well. What do you think?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Sorry, I was watching the players as they walked back. A little bit of niggle. But, yeah, look, Tommy was good. He's always good.
Rory Desnoy seemed all right. Seemed like he wasn't carrying injury, I thought.
Well, the funny thing is, I wasn't going to say it, but I suppose it doesn't hurt to. After the contest he was going to on the other side of the ground, he got up clutching his shoulder.
Did he?
Yeah. And it wasn't a big clutch. It was just clutched his shoulder. He might just to see if it was still there maybe, but he sort of, he swung it. He grimaced a little bit, but then he got back straight into it. So it might be nothing at all, but I would sincerely hope so for his sake and for North Geelong.
So we do have ball in hand now, ready to start the second quarter.
1-4-10, 1-3-9.
North Geelong leading by a point at St Albans Park Reserve.
So umpire, as he said, has got a pretty clear ground now. Last spectators leading the far side of the ground. So we're just about ready to start this second quarter here, grand final day. As I said, the North Geelong with that solitary point as a lead. Ball in the middle of the ground, thrown down, picked up now. McIntyre, right boot, goes back towards their half-back line or half-forward line. Picked up out there, Farrell. He was tackled. Had no awareness there, and player coming through was Lemper. A strong tackle.
Need a bit of talk too, Smithy.
Yep, it's all right. Ball comes in now, goes towards Smith. Out in his hot and his tail was clearing. Maybe held him without the ball. Yes, it did. Umpire, will he call play on? No, because Minari has been held up or decided to stop there, and he will come back to him. So Zach Smith will hit the ball from right on 50.
He played it well, though. All the forwards know as soon as there's any momentum going, it's impossible for the backman to stop. So as soon as he's pushed, he can just fall over. Always going to get the free kick. Good forward craft there from Zach Smith.
So again, this should be a kick that just needs to go at the right post. And as I said, that a little bit of breeze out there. Does it favour him from this side? Absolutely it does. So Zach Smith now steps in from right on 50, kicks long. That looks good off the boot. It is drifting and will go across. I think it hit the top of the post there. Through for a minor score. Zach Smith has 3 of them, and East Geelong have 1-4, and they tie things up. And we have gone 1 minute in Elders Insurance second quarter.
Starting to look like the same story as the first final, isn't it, Smithy? Although those shots were quite difficult for Smith to kick. It's going to be Jasper George with ball in hand for North Geelong to kick in now. He's going to run out to the boundary road side, kick as long as he can. Jumping over the top. Might be a big fly. It is not taken from Riccardi. Umpire says play on, ends up with low. He gets wrapped up. And then the umpire says, give it to me. So I have a stoppage in between half forward and centre wing for East Geelong. Big fire there, Grubbles, ready for you to go.
I was looking at the scoreboard, waiting for that point to go up.
So, ball up now. Neither ruckman even contested. Came out to Crombie. He got the ball forward. Opportunity now coming through Farrell. He gets the handball over the top to McDonald. McDonald is on Bidsell at the moment. That's a high tackle. The umpire was blindsided, though. He didn't see it. So he says, give the ball to me.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, was there, but they're both on the wrong side of the ground, I think.
I thought he got him around the shoulders. You got to be above the shoulders. I thought he might have been just underneath.
You might have had him. Yeah, it was interesting. Borderline, and I like that matchup. McDonald on Beardsall as well. So now, good ruckcraft from Davis. Tries to get the ball through and then ends up with a lemper. He kicks the ball forward. Osbrook's got to go here. He does. Handballs out wide to Lowe. Sammy Lowe lowers his eyes to Smith. Smith beats his opponent. Now he's got to gather the ball. Now he's against the boundary line. Can he keep tapping it forward? He does. He can't gather it. Now he does, and he's wrapped up. Umpire says it's gone over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in 25 metres out from the East Geelong goal. Just again there, Zach's trying to push his opponent under the ball instead of come at him. So ball back in now. Mulville was in the ruck, coming through his Fazio. Now an opportunity for McIntyre. He gets a handball to Olsbrook. He gets through one, but then it's caught. The second has to be holding the ball, and it is.
He did defend off to start with, so that's when you lose your prior opportunity.
Got through the first, couldn't get through the second. So good defensive pressure. It's going to be Farrell who ends up with it. So he has the ball deep in defence for North Geelong. He sees Swenison outside. It's in the Zach variety. He takes the mark and now has the ball hugged up against the boundaries on their half-back flank. He's going to move the ball along, gets over the head of Smith. It's going to go out of bounds. So we'll have a ball in. The score is 1-4 apiece. And we have gone 4 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Alders Insurance.
So ball now far side of the ground in between centre wing and half forward line. Again, it's East Geelong doing the attacking at this stage. Ball thrown in. Ball from the ruck contest. Sobey brings it down, trying to get through with Ollis. Goes after it once again, puts Smith off it. Goes back now and got it. They got it to Crombie. Crombie kicks long into their forward line. Smith waited for the bounce. Ball came to him, but ends up in the hands of Ezard. Well, he lost it. Now North Geelong through Cleary. Picked the ball up, kick outside 50. Loaded nicely, got his hands to the ball, made a contest of it. Desnoy the same. Now there's a free kick being given. He said he's infringed, so it's going to go back to Dixon. Straight off of my hands into the hands of Crombie. Delivers the ball to the attacking side of the ground. Wind caught hold of it, but Charlie Farrell once again read that very nicely and has taken the mark. Will chip the ball outside to Habib, and he takes the mark. McDonald further down the field, but hasn't got back quick enough to get that ball on there, so he's just going to weigh up his options. Looks like he's going to go through the middle of the ground. Goes looking towards Davis. Lowe's in front. Dixon's also there in support. Picks the ball up. Handballs outside. Went out to Steele. A little bit of time, space. Right boot. Off the side, outside of the boot, but three defenders back there, all North Geelong, obviously. And Habib takes the mark and will turn things back the other way. From the back pocket, he goes outside to Cleary. Call the play on because the kick didn't travel the distance. Now further down the field, ball is kicked wide and long. Too wide, ball over the fence. Free kick will go to East Geelong. Sammy Lowe will be the recipient of that free kick.
Surely they've seen enough finals here this month to realise that is a danger trap out there.
Yep, you go too close to the boundary line, it's always going to carry.
Yep.
Ball back inside now, Austin Mulville. A little chip up over the top was good. McLean continued to run, looks inside, chips the ball. Osbrook couldn't take the mark. Habib tapped the ball forward outside 50, coming through. Habib just snatched that out of his hand. Don't know how he did that, but loaded up, went long, back towards centre wing. Contest was made out there. Ball comes to ground, picked up Mulville, Austin, and he puts the ball back inside 50. Steele, strong overhead, takes the mark. So probably the wrong side of the ground to be attacking from. Looks to deliver the ball back inside again. A little bit of carry on it, but Mulville again has read that nicely. Ball has fallen into his arms, and from about 40 metres out, he's going to reverse it.
He's going to reverse it.
So I don't know why they go at him, because he's only going to turn it over again if they do something.
Sack Smith, he smacked him in the guts, got it reversed. Where's the discipline?
Was that what it was for?
I told you it was the same bloke I called in the first quarter.
Unbelievable.
So the ball comes back inside now, ends up in the hands of Purcell. So they've got away with one there. I think the North Geelong side.
Well, no, they haven't. It's a complete lack of discipline.
It is, especially when you've got a bloke having the shot for goal. So the ball now, Purcell goes outside 50. Kick wasn't great. Avoided through Riccardi. Picked up. McIntyre thought he had it. Trapped it. No, he didn't. Ball over the boundary line. Throw-in takes place. and it will be on the far side of the ground.
So what happened? Smith whacked someone.
Yeah, just punched him in the guts. Sammy Reynolds bumped into him, so he decided to punch him in the guts right in front of the umpire.
It's turning into a replay of that first final. And we are back in now. Crombie coming through, couldn't quite cover the ball. Ends up with his teammate. Then he gets wrapped up instantaneously. Umpire's going to say he didn't have prior opportunity. It's taking a long time, exactly, because it's dangerous when you wait so long because they're going to keep trying to tackle the player as the ball's up again now. Exactly. 65 metres out from the Geelong goal. Big fish from Davis. He got it out to his teammate in Billy. Billy tried to get the BB. Couldn't quite now. McIntyre gets out to Mulville. Mulville handball back. Here's an opportunity. They go inside the forward 50 here. East Geelong. Steele couldn't quite take the mark. Comes out to George. Here's Olsbrook. He kicks it in the path to Smith. Here's Smith's opportunity. Did really well. There is a whistle. They're going to pay the advantage. And the goal is going to be kicked by Steele. They've taken back the lead here, East Geelong. 2-4-16 to 1-4-10. We've gone 8 minutes of the second quarter, brought to you by Alders Insurance.
They just kept attacking and when the ball gets out past the 50, East Geelong just keep getting it back in. And that's what we've been saying all year about not letting it get out. And on a day like today on this ground, it's very, very hard to go from one end to the other. I watched the Torquay boys do it in the under-18s, and many a time they went through the middle, which was very dangerous. So Bibb tried to do it before and almost cost him a goal. But yeah, Steele, you said Steele was a danger, and he is a big danger. That was a lovely goal.
So umpire with ball back in the middle of the ground. Davis and Sobey again doing the work in that ruck contest. Again, these blokes love to hang on to each other. Ball comes out of the contest now. It's heading towards centre wing. Purcell on hands and knees went after it. He's been able to hold it up. Now he could be in trouble. Sam Lowe also in there, and umpire has asked for it back once again.
Sam Lowe over with or made him look like Sam Lowe had it, didn't he?
Yep.
Bit tricky.
Again, ruck
No,
contest.
there's a whistle.
Ball from that contest, picked up Mulville. Boot the ball, goes long into their forward line. Ball bounces, runs back and over the line. It's to be thrown in about 40 metres around from the goals.
Well, they haven't had it past the centre, North this quarter.
No, they can't just get that kick going. It gets to the centre, but they can't find a target or an easy target. May have to take a few chances, and as you said, Grub, just pick off one they don't really want to. But Crombie from that contest, he kicks the ball. That went as high as it did long. Standing under it, Smith went back with some courage there. Couldn't take the mark, but he's gone after it again. Taps it clear of the contest, picked up by Fazio. He delivers the ball out towards centre wing. Banning, he read that very nicely. He's going to look to bring the ball back inside. I thought he was, but he changed his mind. Went along the boundary line, semi-low, in space by himself. But again, Riccardi quick to stand the mark. So low now, long into their forward line in front. Davis doesn't take the mark, but Swenison was there to help out. Picked up Steele, got the handball outside. Manari got also to Lowndes. Lowndes looks at goal, delivers long.
He's got that.
He has got it. So they've got another. Caleb Lowndes gets his first of the afternoon, the third now for East Geelong. They are 3-4. North Geelong 1-4 and 10 minutes gone. Elders Insurance second quarter.
Well, 10 minutes gone, and I reckon they've had 10 minutes of the football in their half of the ground. And North Geelong, as I just said before, it's so hard to bring it the length of the ground in these conditions. They have to go back to what they do best and get it out of the centre. They need a clearance and get into their forward line that way. And if they can't kick the goal, they've got to hold it in like East have been holding it in.
So, umpire with ball in hand now, and in this low-scoring contest, every goal matters so much more. Now, Davis trying to get the ball out. The Swenison, he can't get out of that tackle, and that's better.
I think both sides need a ruckman that can jump.
They do. So, ball back now. Sobey hits the ball in the path, and there's been a free kick picked out. It's going to go the way of Sobey. Can they take advantage? They do want to. The umpire's going to bring it back.
They can't bring it back, but the only reason the free kick, and it was a free kick.
Was it Ruckcraft?
But it was a shock and throw up. And when he threw it straight to Sobey, he gave Davis no chance. But the free was there.
Handballs it now into the pass. It was McLean coming through. It was then Steele trying to crash the pack. He did. Fazio gets it out to his teammate. Ollis does well. It's a great tackle from Jasper George. Umpire's going to pin him. I think he is.
See, I can't see any prior
I don't think he
there.
had prior there. So Jasper George now. He has the ball hugged up against the boundary and the half-back flank. He goes forward. Coming through was Fanning, and he sees the ball over the boundary line. So it's going to be a ball in between half-back and true centre wing.
That's only just landed inside the field of play too.
Yeah, I know. Oh, he's a trap. It's been it for a long time.
I don't think we've seen it this much this final series we did last year, though. So
I tell you, one game there was about 8 out in the falls in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, somewhere in the
ball
road.
Back in it now. Neither ruckman could get a fist to it. Habib saw the ball forward. Here's an opportunity for North Geelong. It's Parker versus Lee. Can Parker go with the ball? He might. Hope Oak on the ground. He does. In the path of Ricciardi. Monahan's got him. Tackles him straight away. Doesn't give him an inch. How's the umpire going to see this? He waits and pins him. I don't think there was prior opportunity there, but he's been pinged. So Monahan, he's going to go wide now, and the umpire's going to call play on him. Vincent ends up with the ball, and then O'Brien Henderson. So they're going to go the full ground switch here. Over the top to Crombie. He's going to get a bad bounce, but then he's going to be composed enough to get the ball out to Lowe. Lowe, handball to O'Brien Henderson. He's going to be quick, and he was. To Dixon, back to Crombie. This is better ball movement from East Geelong here. Down the line, Steele's got to fly. He's got to make a contest, and he does. Well done from Steele. He gets it to Lemper. Lemper gets around Swenison. Handball towards the centre of the ground. Ezard has ball now. He's going to go to the short kick to Ollis. Ollis has a couple of plays inside 50. One of them going back with the fight. Couldn't quite take the mark was McLean. And then coming through was Cleary. Cleary now has the ball and he's going to send over the boundary line, chased by Lowndes. So impressive, quick ball movement from East Geelong. 3-4-22. Plays North Geelong 1-4-10. We've gone 13 and a half minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Alders Insurance.
You've got to be careful not to lose your structure. You can't leave Big Ezard stand there on his own. I don't know where his opponent was, but he should have been there.
So ball thrown back in. Ezard does the ruck with this time. It's Lamper. Takes the ball, goes backwards into the hands of Ollis. Didn't take it cleanly. The teammate, he had some support there, but it's out to McDonald. Build a bit of pace now. Gets away, kicks the ball around the boundary line and over the boundary line. And it's going to be a free kick going back towards East Geelong. How long do they persist with having Ricciardi just back in their forward line, Rub? Can they get him up the ground, do you think?
They can't get the ball down there that he's completely no use to anybody.
I reckon so too. It's time, I would be thinking, to get him up through the midfield at some stage.
Well, if you get 2 goals kicked against you, you're in big trouble.
Yep, Visitor now goes long, back in front. Actually, it was a good, strong mark in front. Was that Steele in front? I'm not too sure out there.
I tell you what, it was a lovely block.
Actually, it might be Lemper. He takes the ball. He's been quite good in this second quarter. Kicks ball back into their half-forward line. Oh!
Someone brings it for George. For the Rattleys Park.
So he was up. There was a couple up, but he was just up above them all. And Jasper George to relieve some pressure now from the back pocket goes out long. Long kick outside. And again, I thought it was going to over the boundary line again. Fanning was there. He sees it over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw-in which will take place. So we've gone 14 and a half minutes in this second quarter. It is East Geelong 3-4, North Geelong 1-4. Elders Insurance second quarter scoreboard.
So, ball back in now between half forward and true centre wing for East Geelong. They're going to go through the middle of the ground here. It's going to be a good kick to Lowe when it is. So, Sammy Lowe, edge of the square, directly centre. He looks forward, goes to path to Smith. Not a good kick, and coming through, the interceptive mark was taken by Purcell. And Smith's got to be careful, and he's given away a 50-metre penalty.
I don't know whether that was a 50.
I don't think it was, but it's undisciplinary
again,
nonetheless. It's what happened to the first final. He missed a couple of shots, Zach Smith, and he started giving away free kicks and 50-metre penalties. So,
well, he got a kick. When his feet come up, he ran into his feet accidentally.
So, Purcell, he goes wide to Smith. Or it might be Farrell. He does, and then gets it to McDonald. So, 2 Charlies linking up. He's going to run towards the centre of the ring. Up and under, looking for a forward to fly. It's not a great kick, though. East Geelong seem to have the numbers. O'Brien Henderson does well running through, and then Ollis. They're looking good with this link-up handball game to the middle of the ground. McLean ends up with the ball. Now it comes to Smith. They've got one out wide if he can get it to him. He tried to get it to his teammate in Steele. He does now. Steele takes off, takes a bounce, arches his back, tries to get around another one. Can't quite be holding the ball. And it is.
But I don't mind that. He wants to use his pace. He almost got through. All right, he didn't. But if I'm Steele, I do that again, time and time again. Because sooner or later, he's going to get through and he's going to kick a couple of goals doing it.
It was a great tackle from that player as well. So now down the line to Desnoy. Desnoy can't quite take the mark and then still in congestion. Swenison, he's been a bit quiet this quarter, tries to go in and under and gets wrapped up straight away. So we'll have a stoppage between centre wing and half forward for East Geelong.
They're sitting on him. He's actually got the ball quite a few times, but he hasn't been able to get free and do any damage.
So ball up again now. Pask in the ruck for North Geelong for the time being. Goes forward in the path to Steele. He's been pretty good this quarter. Wheels around one. Handball inboard. Bitzel was getting held. There was no whistle though. Now comes out. Tackle against Swenison. He gets the ball out to O'Brien. And then it ends up with East Geelong. Here's another opportunity from up and under rush kick. They got to fly here. Lowndes is under it. Who's going to fly? No one contested. And then it's going to be insufficient attempt. It was kicked out by the North Geelong player. It's going to be insufficient attempt. It is.
He's kicked it straight away under pressure.
You could tell it was going to happen. Olsbrook has the ball now just in front of the North Geelong in change bench. Gives it to McLean. McLean from 50. Loads up. It doesn't look good. And it's gone out of bounds on the full. It has. So 3-4-22 to 1-4-10. East Geelong leaving. We've gone 17.5 minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Adels Insurance.
They've got to really fight hard in North because East have got on top. And once you get on top, you've got to kick goals. And North have got to stop that.
So dangerous kick. They come across the goals. They're not too sure to gain, but dangerous kick just inside the field of play taken by Farrell. Goes further afield. Brockenshire had to take the mark and was paid it by the umpire. So Brockenshire outside 50. They've worked the ball nicely to get it to this position. But now they've got nothing further down the field. He's going to have to go long. Options are going to have to come at him. Desnoy is going to have to be the target. Up there with him, the ball gets out the back. Fanning did nicely try to defend the ball back to their attacking side, but it's been pushed over the boundary line. We will have a throw-in which to take place. And it is pretty much in front of the club rooms here at St Albans. Just waiting for the umpire to throw it back in. The second ruckman, both now, Mulville and Pass, do the ruck work. Ball comes down. Ollis through the contest. Couldn't pick it up cleanly on hands and knees. Picked up by Jewell. Goes back to their half-forward line. Ball is kept alive out there. That was nicely done. And that was by Billy. They've got some teammates around the contest now. They go outside. Ends up with Desnoy. Wants to come back inside. Got the handball. Fazio shrugged the tackle. Back to Desnoy. On the right boot. Goes towards goal. I think that's good. It is. It's cleared the pack, and umpire said there's a hold. Free kick, East Geelong.
He's going to bring it back.
So it's going to be O'Brien Henderson right in the goal square. He will take possession of the ball from that free kick. And
goal square?
Yep. Ball goes out long. Half-forward line, or outside that now, but Ben Mulville's picked the ball up, runs from the contest, handballs outside, moves the ball, he gets it back. He's going to get it back. Osbrook's going to give it to him. Missed the target. He'd gone past him, put pressure on, picked up Swenison into O'Brien, back into their forward line. Monaghan's there, and he read that nicely. Went back with the flight, took the mark. So East Geelong another chance to bring the ball back the other way. And McIntyre now still inside defensive 50. Little chip further outside. They'll get it out now. Beardsall comes up, and he will now look down the ground further. Nothing straight down the line at this stage, but he's going to kick towards the boundary line, out the back. And again, that's a well-weighted kick. And the ball's got over the top of Smith, straight into the hands of Benny Crombie. So he's right on centre wing on the far side of the ground. Wanting to bring the ball back inside. He's looking for his options, so he actually goes backwards for a start. Visiton's there. Now he's got Dixon. Pretty much at the centre-half back position. So again, he's still wanting players to come at him. A little chip up over the top is also good. McLean has it. Ball to play on now by the umpire. Will bring the ball across the ground, out towards Monaghan. While they're maintaining possession, they're not moving the ball too far forward. But they're out of the danger zone. The umpire now calls for that player to kick the ball, and which he does. Coming up, Benny Mulville, that was a great pair of hands. He's got Ollis at centre half forward. Didn't even look inside. Goes long, back towards Smith. Protected the space. Trapped it. Wants support there. Has got it, but there's numbers are with North Geelong. Picked up by Farrell. One way, then the next. Little dragging kick along the ground. Picked up by McLean. He's tackled, brought the ground.
Sling tackle,
and yes, it was. Umpire has picked that one.
Whoever invented that rule ought to just chop his own head off. That's a great tackle. He gets up. There's nothing wrong with him. And again, not having to go at the umpires. They paid the right free kick. It's the rules that really annoy me.
You just got to protect that one for the hits the head, though.
Well, if you got his arms pinned and that and he smashes his head on the ground, fair enough.
So Ryan Lemper it is. It's going to be kicking towards goal. Steps inside. That doesn't look too bad off the boot, but this time he hasn't allowed enough for the breeze. A minor score for Ryan Lemper. East Geelong to 3-5. North Geelong 1-4 as they were at quarter time. We have gone 22 minutes. Elders Insurance second quarter.
By the same token, it's up to the players' discipline to realise that the umpires are going to pay that today. They haven't really paid it much for the year, but they're going to pay it today. So don't do it.
Seems like they're paying all the rules today. So Farrell has the ball. It's going to be pinpoint perfect, and it is to his teammate in Reynolds. So he's going to go inside. Quick ball movement here. They got Jewel, and then ended up looking up with George. Now to Fazio. Ends up over the back. Desnoy has an opportunity. He looks inboard. Nice and composed. Handball to Swenson, then over top to Fazio. Now McDonald's got some space. He's running out the wing. He might send him towards half-forward line. Jumping is Riccardi. Monahan on him. He's giving the free kick away. So Monahan's done a good job on Riccardi so far.
Have to go back beyond the mark, mate.
Probably 60 metres out from the North Geelong goal. Hugged up on the club room side of the ground. He's going to move now. Look for some forwards. Davis is there. Gets over his head. Now the ball hits the deck. Dixon handballs. Now an opportunity for Tommy Swenson. Snapped back. Has it gone through? No touch on the goal line. Ball stays in. Still in congestion. Now a quick snap from Riccardi it might have been. And Sammy Lowe's happy to see the ball over the goal line. So 3-5, 23 to 1-5, 11 now. 22 and a half minutes gone on the second quarter scoreboard. Brought to Albans Insurance. And it's going to be brought back in here by Beardsall. We haven't called his name too many times today. He's going to go more direct to Fanning. So Fanning has the ball in the defensive 54. East Geelong's going to go out wide towards the halfback flank to Crombie. So Crombie happy to hold ball in hand for a moment. Let everyone take a breath. Now he goes down the line. Allsbrook had to go up against George. It's always a hard contest to do. Coming through. It's going to be won by Bits. He loses his footing, though. Now he's going to go back and win the ball. How good was that from Vaughan? Runs to 50. Sees a teammate in the pocket. Good fist from Dixon coming across. He might see the ball over the boundary line. He does.
When you've got such a really good back line, you can't just pop it up 400 yards in the air because the defence are going to... It just makes it easy for him. You've got to keep the ball a bit lower for him because he's not a big man, Fazio.
He's not a jumper either, and Dixon's got that spring in his leg. So the ball in there, half-forward line now, and it's been thrown back in by the umpire. Both ruckman failed to get to the contest. Wenison had it but lost it. Picked up out there, McIntyre. Went one way, but he knows he wants to use his left. Kicks round the boundary line. Unfortunately, has gone over the boundary line on the full, I think. Oh, no, umpire said it's landed just in the field of play.
Bounced.
That's okay. So it's going to be a ball in right in front of the scoreboard here at St Albans. So it's been thrown back in now. So both ruckmen get to the ball. Kind of tapped it down to the front, but it's going to be Benny Mobile that takes possession of it. He's tackled, and again, I'm not too sure there's any prior opportunity there.
No, not at all.
Umpire circled for a little bit of time and then comes in and wants to ball it up. Centre wing far side. Someone not coming off the ground like they're supposed to, is that correct?
Yeah, and Jared Bryant's not very happy.
So the ball now thrown in on that far side, tapped straight over the boundary line. So it's going to be a ball in this time instead of a throw-up. Again, passed now in there doing some ruck work. It's thrown back in quickly. Both ruckmen this time, they get to the ball, comes to the front of the contest. Smith's there. He picks the ball up, runs from that contest, kicks the ball into their half forward. Own latch low and flat. That's a better use. Exactly right. Billy comes up. He takes a mark. He wants to go quick. Desnoy's got himself out the back, but Davis is there. And big Tommy Davis takes a mark. That was better use because at least they put him out in front and let him run into the ball. And with his size.
And with Davis, you can afford to pop it up a little bit higher because he's a bigger man.
But he wasn't standing either, Grubbs.
He was moving. That was a great kick. That was a great bit of play, actually.
So Tommy Davis needs to finish this off here for North Geelong because they have had a little bit of the play in this.
Ruckman kicking for goals.
Yeah, I know. So he steps in now, 25 metres out. Kick is okay. He likes it off the boot. Umpire says that is also okay. And he's got his first of the afternoon. That's their second, North Geelong. They move to 2-5. The goal of difference because East Geelong are 3-5, 26 gone. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
Jeez, that was handy goal. But I tell you what, the goal umpire ran a long way across. The East blokes are saying no, no, no. So it was perilously close, but it don't matter. As long as it goes between the big sticks, there's a goal to North Geelong, and it's one they dearly, dearly needed. Only a few minutes from half-time.
Yeah, the first one went 20-28. I think there's
I
only been the same amount.
We're nearly
One more goal
27 now.
kicked.
Was it Davis in the last final against these two kicked 2 goals as well? So he can be a big factor in front of goals. So back in the middle, Pask versus Sobey. Crombie got it forward, did really well in the path of Ezard. He dropped the chest mark, probably should have taken it. Wins the ball back, then missed the handball to Mulville. Coming through is McIntyre. Haven't called his name too many times. Moves the ball inside. Here's Smith's opportunity. Can't quite. They had 2 on him, 1 in the hole. And Cleary's happy to see the ball go over the boundary line. So I have a ball in 30 metres out from East Geelong's goal. And you can see that North Geelong are happy. On that occasion, it was Farrell to go back in the hole and block Smith's leading lane.
Yeah, but if he goes in the hole, he could be leaving another East player. They've got to maybe not go Smith all the time and find someone else.
So back in now. Ezard just grabs the ball out of the ruck. Handball in the path of Mulville. Mulville got it to Swenison, did the intercepting, and then gets wrapped up instantaneously. And we'll have a ball in 30, ball up 30 metres out from the East Geelong goal. Up again now. Mulville in the ruck. And then the ball gets kicked forward for North Geelong. It's still 60 metres out from East Geelong's goal. Now Monahan puts his head over the ball, gets it out. Habib's there. He's got to win the ball for North Geelong. He does, but then coming through his beard tool, he was too quick for his own good. Then the ball gets wrapped up when Mulville gathers it. And we'll have a stoppage 50 metres out from the East Geelong goal.
Smithy, if he calls him Habib one more time, I'm going to knock him out. I am going to knock him out. So's Jason.
Habibi the kid.
Up again now. McIntyre out. Swenison running after the ball. Can he gather it? He can. Got to keep it in. It was a good chase from Crombie, and we'll see the ball over the boundary line. So I have a ball in 50 metres out from the East Geelong goal.
He was never going to grab that, Tommy Swenison. He knew if he grabbed that, he was gone a million.
Probably be happy with this scoreline to get away with this, with all the dominance that East Geelong have had. 3-5, 23 to 2-5, 17. Ball back in now. Here's an up and under kick from McIntyre. Oldsbrook's there against George. Umpire says play on, and it's going to go out of bounds. We'll have a ball in 30 metres out from the East Geelong goal now. And I did call it earlier in the game. I think Oldsbrook has gone to George now to nullify his impact across half back. Back in now. Pask as the siren goes for half-time. The 2025 GDFNL Grand Final. East Geelong 3-5, 23. They are leading North Geelong 2-5, 17.
For East Geelong, goal kickers Steele, Lemper and Lowndes, and for North Geelong, Parker and Davis. Again, 1 goal the margin here in the 2025 Grand Final. We're going to take a short break, come back shortly. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, a home of local football. Welcome back. It's the third quarter just about to commence here. P&R Foods is our sponsor this quarter. It is East Geelong in at 3 goals 5 at half time. They lead North Geelong on 2 goals 5. While the scoring has not been great, the general play, there's been a lot of pressure around the contest, and we're looking for some free scoring in this second half, and hopefully that will happen very shortly because we've got North Geelong behind. They will need to have a small margin, I would think, before the three-quarter time break if they're going to give themselves any chance of winning this game.
It has been a great game, though, as you said, Dale. Very good, transition play from end to end. Just haven't seen the scoring, but has been very, very entertaining nonetheless.
Yes, you come to finals football, you just like to see that scoreboard tick over a little bit more than what we're seeing at the present time. But as I said, they felt each other out in the first half. Let's hope there is something happening in this second half. With umpire with ball in hand, about to start the second half here, ball thrown up. And this time it comes down towards Swenison, tried to force his way through, stolen by Crombie for East Geelong. He kicks into their half-forward line. McDonald goes back with the ball. He has it in his hand, tackled by Bizzle, brought to ground. And no prior opportunity there. Umpire this time very correctly in quickly. And a ball up to take place. Still seeing Riccardi. Has he gone further up the ground? No, he's still playing their far forward line. Ball from that contest. McDonald through the contest. Did that nicely. Shrugged his shoulders. Kicked back to centre wing. Parks made a contest out there. Picked up Des Neuhair. Ball's out the back. Missed his target. Picked up Mulville. That's Austin. Goes long into their half forward line. Farrell stands underneath the ball. Good contest there.
Free kick there, Vard.
Been a holding decision by the looks of it. Didn't see it because the said players were, or a number of players were out of that contest. Ezard maybe just outside range, but again, he's going back as if he wants to have a shot here. So this would be a very positive start for East Geelong in the second half.
It'd be a 55, 60-metre kick, wouldn't
Just trying to see if I can see the line on the ground, but I can't see it the last time they did.
What do you reckon, Grub?
Yeah, too far out, I would have thought. But I tell you what, he can roost the ball.
So Ezard is going to step in.
James at the left post, and Win may drag it back.
Breeze, yeah, definitely changed direction. A little bit stronger towards the Buckley's end. Loads up.
No,
he doesn't start that in the right spot. No, that's gone further to the pocket. Out there, it was a high fly out there from Lemper. He couldn't can finish the mark off. Ball's gone over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in the forward pocket. Just want to see these ruckmen get away from each other a little bit, Grub. It's they're not wrestling each other. Ball thrown back in, this time in front. Davis gets the ball, taps it back. Picked up. Osbrook goes over the top by hand. McIntyre off a step, goes back towards goal. He is offline. Through for a minor score. 3-6 now to East Geelong. 2-5 to North Geelong. And 2 minutes gone. P&R Foods third quarter. North Geelong to bring the ball back in. That will be George that will do that.
So George has ball in hand now. Probably going to go out to the boundary road side, and he does. Desnoy's there, and then also Davis. Davis flies, brings the ball to ground now, coming through. Oh, it was beautifully done. Right, it might have been Osbrook to the end of the line now. It's Smith's opportunity. Can't quite now. George is mopping up like he always does. Has all the time in the world. He's going to go back out of that boundary road side. It's a good kick if he gets over the top. It can't quite. Swenison was there, and also Riccardi. Riccardi couldn't quite. Now Sobey ends up with the ball. He gets wrapped up. They're all appealing for it. The umpire says no prior opportunity. Give it to me. So have a ball in. Probably 65 metres out from the East Geelong goal. Just in between centre wing and half forward. Crombie roving the stoppage, couldn't quite grab it now. Comes up to Mulville. Mulville looks inside. It's a misdirected kick. Purcell's going to mop it up. Bad place to turn over the ball. Now handball to McDonald. McDonald went to bounce, but didn't quite get it. Then gets a high tackle from Fanning, although it holds the play up. So it's not too bad for East Geelong. McDonald has the ball now near centre of the ground. He's going to go short, kick, finds Riccardi, just can't quite, bounces off his chest. Now he looks inboard. He has Habib. Habib gathers the ball, looks inside to Parker. He's got one. Can he kick a second? Of course he can. Lukey Parker.
Oh!
First goal in the second half. 3-6-24 to 3-5-23. It's a 1 point game at St Albans Park. We have gone 4 minutes in this third quarter. Brought to you by P&R Foods.
That's what happens when you move the ball well. A quick turnover and away you go. And that's what you'd like to see more of. And I think North, they were just waiting for that, weren't they? They've been locked together. They haven't been able to break free. When they do, they look good. And whereas East, more like just keep forcing and forcing and forcing. So that's what North Geelong have got to do. But I think they've got to do it a few more times before three-quarter time, because I think I heard you say when I came in, and I agree with it, they need a lead at three-quarter time, I believe.
So back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. Sobey and Davis. Thrown up by the umpire. They both recommend stand the ground once again. Ball comes out. Lemper tried to burst his way through. Got the handball to Ollis. Ollis outside to Mulville. Mulville to Crombie. Runs inside. Kicks inside. Looking for Smith in the pocket. Kick a little bit too much on it. And it's gone out of bounds on the full once again. So another kick to that side of the ground. It's going to be kicked back inside now. That was from Cleary. No, it wasn't.
So ball now kicks forward. It's going to end up with Jewell. But Jewell has the ball on the half-back line. He looks forward. He goes towards the centre of the ground. It does get over the head of Ollis and ends up with Habib. So he was involved in the last goal. Involved with this one. Handball to Fazio. He's going to kick up and under. It's going to be a one-on-one here. Smith's got to win it. He does it well against Beardsall. Beardsall keeps his feet, arcs his back, runs through the middle. Might get the 1-2 with McLean. He does. Look at Beardsall run through the middle, although he loses the ball now. Ends up with Smith. Smith handball over the top, trying to get it to Billy, and then handball forward. Here's the Riccardi moment. Runs inside forward 50. Can he hit? Barker flew. Couldn't quite. Now it ends up. Oh, it's Purcell. Purcell's going to run into the open goal. He's going to give him the lead. He does. He gives North Geelong the lead. 3-6-24 to 4-5-29. We've gone 6 minutes in this third quarter. Brought to you by P&R Foods.
Well, again, really, really good footy, but it's overshadowed a little bit. Is that Ryan Lemper?
Yep.
He's coming off with a hamstring.
With a lemper.
Yeah, that's a hamstring injury for mine. He was jogging around trying to get it going. So he's done his hamstring. I don't know whether he can come back on. It didn't look good, but look, again, great play by North Geelong, and they're up and about now. And as they know they've got to have a lead, that's exactly what they're trying for.
So back in the middle we go once again. Ball from the contest. Jewell shrugs his shoulders, gets out of there now. Long back into their forward line. Nice work there, and the mark was being taken out there by Fanning. Handballs out the back to McLean. McLean will chip the ball out towards Loeb. We made him work a little bit. Ball bounced just in front. He's tackled ball over the field, over the boundary line, I should say, and it's going to be a throw-in right on the forward 50, far side of the ground. Yes, he did pull up very quickly out there, Lemper, so I would think that may be him done for the day. He'd been okay for them too, so...
Yeah, not only that, as we know, it affects the rotations.
Yep, so the ruck contest, again, both ruckmen wrestling each other, didn't worry about going after the ball. Jewell picked it up, his kick was smothered, picked up by Fazio. He couldn't get through the contest, went into it, won't get out the other side. Umpire's going to ask for the ball back. So just outside their 50-metre zone, we're talking North Geelong, their attacking end, heading to the Buckley's end of the ground. It's thrown up again. Davis just fends off this time, brings the ball down, out the back to Habib. Habib now loads up, goes long, back towards the goal square. Gee, it's got some good carry. And O'Brien Henderson did very nicely there, forces it through for another minor score. So 4-6 now to North Geelong, 3-6 to East Geelong. And it's going to be brought back in. This time McLean's doing the kicking in duty from the fullback position. Fat lady's gargling out the back, I think, Grub, but the ball's kicked out long. And it's kicked out there, Davis. Couldn't take the ball. Again, it's over the top. It was done nicely by Fazio out towards Riccardi. He has been tackled, and again, he can't get out of there. Monaghan, no, it wasn't. It was Crombie that was doing the tackling out there on the far side. So again, Ruckman both at it again. They're not having a great effect on the ground, the game, just these two, but they're too busy worrying about each other. Ball now from Crombie, goes over centre wing, kick in front. That was a good pair of hands from Ezzard. He's done that nicely. Back inside to the running player in Mulville, to Smith, out in front. And again, that was well weighted, and Smith didn't change stride. Takes the mark right on forward 50. This will again be testing material, because I reckon he'll have to kick for every bit of 55 here.
What's he kicked so far today, Smithy?
He has got 4 behinds. Oh, he's got 3 behinds, actually. Zach Smith. So he comes in now to try and tie things up again for East Geelong. Will take his very best. Steps in, loads up, kicks long. We started in the right spot, but it's not going to come back. And I think it's hit the behind post, or has it gone through? No, it's out of bounds to the full. So the free kick will go to North Geelong there. Zach Swenson will be the recipient. No one standing the mark at the present time. He could have taken off, but he decides now to wait. Chips the ball across the goal square to George, and he takes the mark. Jasper George wants to go further down the field. There's another nicely weighted kick, and the mark has been taken out there by Cleary. They're still inside defensive 50, but he's going to decide to go long, back towards centre wing, out in front. Mark not taken out there. Picked the ball up. Where was Dixon of East Geelong? He's now kicking back into their half-forward line. Crombie leads in the race for the ball. Takes it, I reckon, just inside the field of play. Yes, he does, says the umpire, so that's okay. So Benny Crombie now with ball in hand. Off a step, goes into their forward pocket area. Going across, Mark not taken. Into the hands of Brockenshire. He's tackled and was held up. Umpire will ask for it back. So we've gone just on 8 minutes in this third quarter. It is 4-6 North Geelong, 3-6 East Geelong.
Black Tigers 5-5-35, St Mary's 4-4-28.
It's called the premiership quarter for a reason here, Smithy. Ball is down now. Swenison coming through. Couldn't quite win the ball, and it's trapped under there somewhere. We'll have another stoppage, 35 metres out from the East Geelong goal.
Half-time, I think Belmont Lions have won the A-grade netball.
They have, and Thompson have won the B-grade netball.
Talking about it.
Ball is up again now. Ezard down, couldn't quite. Ended up with low. He tried to get the handball to his teammate Crombie. He did. He was tackled by Swenison. The umpire says we'll have another ball in. So ball in, 40 metres out from the East Geelong goal now.
They're having trouble getting out of their defence, North, aren't they? That's been their problem all day. Once they break out across centre wing, and they look good, but they've got to get it out of here.
So repeat stoppages here. It's Mulville and it's Davis in the ruck. Ball lands near the ruckman, and then Crombie lays a good tackle, and the umpire says, give it to me. So another stoppage here, 40 metres out. Ball hasn't moved. Got to get a clear ball here if you're East Geelong. Get it out to a teammate. Comes through now. Olsbrook in and under the coach. Then Jules involved there as well. He tries to gather the ball. He does, and then he's tackled instantaneously. And we'll have another stoppage. 35 metres out from the East Geelong goal. So 3-6-24 to 4-6-30. 10 minutes gone at St Albans Park on grand final day. This is what you play for. Ball's up again. Minari's there. He couldn't quite cover the ball. Now coming through. Good tackle laid. How's the umpire going to see it? He's going to say it's out of bounds. We'll have another ball in. Good tackle from Swenison.
I thought it was a high fend off from here, but I'm a long, long way away. It must have been because the ump was right there. He threw the head back, maybe trying to stooge us.
This may be the 7th or 8th repeat stoppage here. Haven't moved very far. Davis versus Mulville in the ruck. Ball down, won by Davis, and that could be a sling tackle. Umpire says no, play on. Now ball's free, ends up with it was Fazio, and then the ball ends up over the boundary line. So we'll have another ball in. We're 50 metres out from the East Geelong goal line now. Just a holding pattern in this game, waiting for it to break open either end. Back in now. Mulville and Davis. Down in the path of the low. He couldn't gather the ball cleanly, and then Mulville came through. Now's an opportunity for Beartle. He kicks the ball forward. Smith is there if he can get there. So is Ezard. He can't quite. Now a good tap from Olsbrook. Comes out. Smith was involved. Then Cleary out to Jewel. Jewel, handball over the top of Swenison. Zach, then back to Tom. Tom over the top to Desnoy. Rory Desnoy arcs his back. He's going to kick the ball forward. Quick ball movement. Although Sobey's in the hole. He doesn't gather the ball. He goes to the punch instead. It's going to work out. Smith, what's he doing down there? Kicks it long and out of bounds on the full.
They had their run going out of the back line for a minute there, but a bad kick by Desnoy put it back into the clutches of East.
So the ball now kicked up towards centre wing. Desnoy in some space by himself. An uncontested mark there. So he's right on just defensive side of his centre wing. He wants to go a little bit longer this time. And that's where he'll go towards their half-forward line. Ball up there, but Steele comes up from behind and takes a mark. So maybe he's that extra man down in the back line, and they might be content just to hold North Geelong up for this remaining 20 or so minutes in this quarter. But Steele now travels the ball, goes back to where it came from. Bit of rain now starting to fall. Ball comes out of that contest, back towards the boundary line and over. And it's going to be a throw-in, which will take place. Did look like it was coming. How long it will stay for, that's the next thing. So ball thrown back in again from that position, the ruck contest. Davis went and got his own ball, got the handball out back to Fazio. Fazio onto McDonald. McDonald now. He kicks back towards a half-forward line. George is there. He's a fair way up the ground, but he's got himself into the contest. But it's coming out of the contest was East Geelong. They moved the ball back into the middle. Sweater spread that nicely. Tackled from behind. Ball comes out the tackle. You would have thought so. Had prior opportunity. Umpire said no.
Well, I reckon 4 steps is prior opportunity. Had to be holding the ball.
So right in the middle of the St Albans ground here. Ball is thrown back up, and again Davis taps the ball out. That's picked up again. Kick wasn't effective, or didn't go anywhere actually. Stayed within the contest, and again umpire will ask for it back once again. So thrown up again. Davis front position comes out. This time Fazio had it. Gee, I almost threw that out the back.
Oh!
McDonald was taken in a tackle. Was strong too. And again, he will do a repeat of what he's been doing for the last couple of occasions.
We've seen some pretty strong tackles here today too.
Yeah, they're going at it.
Tackling very, very well and hard.
Doesn't matter how sore you are tomorrow because there's no football next week. So ball from that contest. Ollis kicks into the half-forward line, but reading that nicely was Sammy Reynolds. So Reynolds now for North Geelong can send things back the other way for North Geelong. Fazio in space by himself. He's got Desnoy out by himself if he wants to use him. Hasn't seen him, and he's now going to go towards the true centre half-forward position. Parker's got a bit of a job to do because Steele is back.
Where did I say to put Steele last week?
Yep.
Right there.
So Steele now goes out wide. Mark taking that there. But Brian Henderson back inside to the running player, McLean. He runs through and kicks over centre wing. But again, Sammy Reynolds is there, and he'll take a relieving mark once again. Can play on and go back into the middle of the ground. Had a little bit too much on it. Vissidon couldn't take clean possession of it. They've been able to keep it alive out there, North Geelong. Coming through, East Geelong now win possession of it. Vissidon off a step, goes out wide, and the player McIntyre in space by himself outside to Mulville. Wants to look up and go long into their half-forward line. Ball out the back. Actually, that's Ryan Lemper back out there, and he's trying to run. He's got the bandage on, but I don't think he's going to stay out there for too much longer. Ball comes back inside, and the mark has been taken by George. Defensive side of centre wing. So he's asked to play on now by the umpire. He comes back, clubber him side of the ground. Looks great. Ball outside, gets through the contest there. Picked up Fazio, over the top to a bib, got through the contest, kept it alive, kicked it towards Parker. Ball fended back inside. Desnoy, clean hands, missed his target. Going back, Steele, he was over the top of it. They pushed the ball outside to Sobey. So there's some strong work being laid inside, and umpire is going to come in and take possession of it.
Jeez, that's tough out there. I'm glad we're sitting in here, Smithy.
15 minutes gone. 4-6-30 North Geelong. 3-6-24 East Geelong. P&R Foods third quarter.
It's on the half-forward line now. Parker gets moved out of the way by Sobey. 60 metres away from the North Geelong goal. They currently are leading by a goal. They keep the ball in here. Here's a bib from 50. Has a shot. Looks all right off the boot. No, it's gone to the far side. The ball's going to bounce and go out of bounds. Good result for North Geelong.
A very good result.
They'll have a stoppage 15 metres out, and in this rain as well. Hard to move the ball. So 15 metres out, we'll have a ball in.
I don't understand the rotation. So I thought they were more for midfielders. George has come off 3 or 4 times. He's a key backman. I don't know why that they keep taking him off. Sorry. I know it's in their plan, but I don't understand.
Back in now, Sobey's against the ruck, and Parker giving up a bit of height there. Coming through was Purcell, kicked the last goal, couldn't quite get out of this one. We'll have another stoppage. 35 metres out from the North Geelong goal.
Lemper didn't last long.
He's gone again. Yep. Look, it's worth the risk. Let it go. See how you go.
So Parker against Sobey in the ruck. Don't really understand that for the time being. Vissenton over the top. Now to Ollis. Ollis looks up, kicks in the path. Smith might have to fly here. He was from 4 deep, did well to create a contest. Then there's going to be a stoppage between half back and centre wing for East Geelong.
As you said, Smithy, there's no tomorrow. So you might as well do the hamstring, lock, stock and barrel and sit there and think, wonder, could I have gone back on?
We are up again here. Next goal so important in the context of this match. Purcell coming through, gets it to Brockenshire, now to Fazio. Back inside now. They're an opportunity. They're running well here. They're going to go inside the forward 50 here, North Geelong. Davis has an opportunity. If he can take the mark, comes off his hands, ends up with Mulville, it might have been, and then comes through Dixon. He gets wrapped up. How's the umpire going to see this? Oh, gets it out to his teammate in Davis. Fanning rocks him up. Umpire is waiting a long time now. He paid him. He has pinned him.
He's paid him.
So I'd keep appealing in front of that umpire because he's paying absolutely everything. So Fanning has the ball on the half-back line for East Geelong now. It's going to go pretty central and a good mark taken on that occasion by Reynolds. He's going to send North Geelong inside just on the edge of their 50. They're 55 metres out. Ends up with Jewel. He's going to go inside to Billy. Can't quite. Now Fazio over the top to Habib. He couldn't quite. Also there is Ricciardi. Ball is under there, and Habib makes the tackle.
Appeal.
So exactly, I would as well. So 3-6-24 to 4-6-30. North Geelong leading by a goal in this third quarter. 20 minutes gone. Brought to you by P&R Foods.
It was like he was appealing for an LBW.
So the ball being thrown back up again. Sabi this time gets the ball down. Habib quickly out of the contest. Goes back towards full forward. Worked there by O'Brien Henderson. That's a great clearance. Ball comes out to Ricciardi. Ricciardi gives the ball outside. Went towards Purcell. He was tackled, brought to ground. And no prior there. I think Ricciardi was looking for the one over the top there, but he just couldn't free his arms to get it over.
And that ball that goes in high, that's no good to them. They're not tall enough up there to keep kicking it high.
So the ball now from that contest comes out. Handball outside. McIntyre, ball released and kicks out towards the centre wing. But that has gone a little bit too far, and it's over the fence.
It was almost in boundary road, Smithy.
A free kick going to North Geelong. So they've been peppering away here. They go backwards. They will go back to, I thought it was going to Cleary, but it's gone over the top there. Back into the hands now of Paskin. He runs and lines up and goes long into their forward line. Kick's going to drop short. Desnoy couldn't take the mark. Ball comes down. Parker picks the ball up. Effective handball out the back into the hands of Purcell once again. Gets round one, gets around two. A little bit of time and space. Looks back inside. Coming through there was Vaughan. He usually takes them. Picked up. Strong tackle inside. Comes out towards McDonald. Off a step. Goes back towards goal. Has he got the distance? No, he hasn't. But he hasn't got the accuracy either. So through for a minus goal.
Gee, I thought there could have been a free in there.
So that now moves North Geelong to 4-7. 3-6 East Geelong. We've gone just over 20 minutes. P&R Foods third quarter.
So East Geelong, ball in hand now. All the ascendancy after halftime has been with North Geelong. They've dominated this quarter in play, but they're only 7 points up. They're going to go long out to the boundary road side, gets over the back. McIntyre running after it, trying to keep the ball in. Can he keep it in? He can. And then he might handball over the top to Smith there. If he can gather it, he gets the handball back. He did that really well. Sidesteps his opponent now. Kick inside to Ollis. Ollis looks up. Kicks. It's not a great
Not a good kick.
But they've still got the numbers here. Olsbrook's going to put his head over it. The ball might end up over the boundary line. It does. So we'll have a ball in. True centre wing, boundary road side of the ground. We have gone 20 minutes in this third quarter. Brought to you by P&R Foods. And Sobey, you can tell, he's running out of petrol tickets, trying to get to the ruck contest. He might be against Paskin at the time being. He is. Now back in. Pask just stands around his opponent, then gets smothered. You can tell they're all running out of petrol tickets here. There's Sammy Lowe. He runs through the middle of the ground and kicks up and under. They look well set here. Coming through. It was really well done by the North Geelong defence. They go up the middle of the ground. Vardio, can he find a target inside the forward 50? It might land for Parker. It goes over the back now. Monahan versus Ricciardi. Ricciardi can't quite. Now ends up with Vardio. It's a throw, I think it is. It's well spotted by the umpire. Definitely shoveled that one up there. So they're going to go for the full ground switch here, East Geelong. It ends up with McLean. Clean kick over the top to McIntyre. He can have a lot to say in this last quarter and a half. He's going to go central, though. Desnoy did really well to stick his hand up. Wasn't 15, though. Turn the ball over. Schwennerson inside the forward 50. Here's Davis. Can he take the mark? He can't quite. Still keeps the ball in. Handball to Purcell. He's already kicked one this quarter. Kicks it up and under. Billy's there if he can take the mark. Going back to the flight. It's a hot footy at the moment. It's at Albans Park. Dixon now on his boot towards centre wing coming through. Big contest. Reynolds took his eyes off the ball. Crombie, all eyes only for the ball as always. Now down to Smith and Cleary. Well done. What a one-on-one win. No one's taken a backward step at the moment. Let's go, go, go. Jasper George up forward. Wouldn't say that too many times. The ball ends up over the boundary line. We can all take a breath for a minute. 3-6-24 to 4-7-31. North Geelong are leading. We've gone 22 minutes in this third quarter. Brought to you by P&R Foods.
Cleary, but just
Nah. You got to take a chance. There's at some stage you've got to.
bring it out to centre half wall.
Yep. Give yourself an option. Keep the ball alive. Ball now thrown back in. Mulville from the ruck contest takes it back to the front. Picked up out there. It was Minari got the handball. It ends up in the hands of McLean. He kicks round the body, but it's Mark again. Sammy Reynolds. He's
What a quarter he's played,
a little purple patch here for Sammy Reynolds.
Has he ever?
So he now gets the ball and he decides to load up and go long. That's back to a more dangerous position. Coming up, and the mark has been taken by Jasper George. So here's taking the mark. And he is about 40 metres out from goal. This will be interesting because I don't think I've seen him shoot for goal all season.
No.
but we're going to find out.
It's an inspired move to put him forward, don't you think, Grub? You need someone to take a mark up forward. He's probably the best mark in their team.
Well, whilst they've got the wind, yes, no doubt. No doubt.
It's a good field kick. Let's see how his set shot is.
We're going to find out about Jasper George's ability here. He comes in, and this would be very, very important for the North Geelong side as we stick towards 23 minutes. Steps out, kicks that goal. That's probably why he's a backman ball, though. The ball is coming back. Davis in the goal square, mark not taken. Comes out and then hands to Beardsall. Just puts boot to ball, clears the area. Over the back, Farrell didn't take the mark. Gets round to Swennerson. Runs away. Try to get the handball out the back door. Went looking for his brother. Coming through now. It's picked up. Farrell once again. Tom Swennerson tries to get through the contest once again. Lowndes goes back. He collects the ball. Now at ground level. O'Brien did that nicely. Back into the hands of Reynolds, and again they go back forward. Coming up, Mark not taken once again. McDonald tries to force his way through. He's tackled, brought to ground. High, said the umpire.
The officiating umpire was about to say no prior opportunity. It was a non-officiating umpire that called that.
Goes by the hand to Parker. Parker off a step from 50. Kicks long. Yes! He has 3 and North Geelong have 5. They are 5-7. East Geelong are 3 goals, 6, 25 minutes gone. P&R Foods, third quarter.
It's fun. The football's good to watch. It's really good football. And Easter trying to clog it up a little bit. But that's fantastic. That's a magnificent
That's the
kick
Parker of old.
It was. It was magnificent. I'll tell you what, Sammy Reynolds may be going to the Hotham Hotel here for Hey?
For a quarter of football.
Lukey
No,
Parker's
in
kicked
the first quarter.
Lukey Parker's kicked 3 out of their 5.
He's played a great game, Sammy Reynolds. Don't worry about that.
So back in the middle once again. Ball's going to be thrown up. Pass over the top. Oh, Habib just nicely brings the ball forward. And again, Desnoy. It's falling into their hands at the moment. They got a bit of a run on now. So he's inside the centre square still. Too far out to score. Now he kicks the ball, goes back into their forward line. Davis again, a marking option, but out in front. George went through his hands, picked up out there, McLean. Looked for the long handball, got the clearance away. It's going to be North Geelong through George, who's going to arrive first. Wants support. Off a step, he kicks back, but Melville placed himself nicely, and he takes the mark and will rebound from their defensive end. He's got his brother on centre wing if he wants to go in that direction, but he chips short. Gee, did that travel the right distance? If you're looking from where the bloke's down in the mark, it's not. Where he kicked it from, it might have been. He goes back now into the hands of Steele. So Steele has taken the ball back. He will transfer play across the ground. O'Brien Henderson in space. Does he continue? Yes, he does. Goes outside 50. A little bit too much on it for Visson and gets over the top. He will be the first to arrive at it. Tackled by Jewell, brought down. Ball's held up. They've done nicely to be able to do that once again. So as we go past almost 27 minutes in this quarter, it is North Geelong 5-7, East Geelong 3-6.
I said it earlier this quarter. I'll say it again, Smithy. This is why they call it the Premiership quarter. Ball is up again. Pask over the top in the ruck. Got it to McDonald. He's played a pretty good quarter as well. Shakes and bakes through inside the forward 50 and a great interceptive mark taken by Vissenton. So he has the ball on half-back. Currently a very manageable deficit, but we know that it hasn't been the highest scoring game. It's been tough to move the ball down and get good looks at goal. He goes towards centre wing, ends up over the top. Good tackle from Ollis, and he's going to create the stoppage. Oh, it's going to be high. Not a good tackle. It's going to be coming back. They're under siege at the moment. Now, could have been a free kick to Monaghan. He loses his feet and tries to get the handball out to McIntyre. He gave the don't argue without getting the ball. Comes out to Olsbrook. He moves the ball forward. Here's an opportunity for East Geelong. Mulville coming through, but O'Brien does really well. He's going to take his time and go back. Give it to Reynolds. Sammy Reynolds, great kick into the middle of the ground. Now Farrell has it. He gets around his opponent. He's going to send him inside the forward 50. Oh, it's nearly with Parker again. He couldn't kick another one, could he? Then Steele arcs his back. He wants to take the game on and go towards the middle as the siren goes for three-quarter time. The score at St Albans Park, the GDFL Grand Final right now, is 3-6-24 to 5-7-37. North Geelong lead. That quarter went for 27 minutes, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Goal kickers this stage of the game, as we said, Lukey Parker has got 3, Purcell and Davis for North Geelong and for East Geelong. Their 3 goals. Steele, Lemper, Lowndes. Game is up for grabs here. 1 quarter of this season remains, and the winner is still undecided. Let's take a short break, come back shortly. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. 5-7-37 and East Geelong 3-6-24. It's been a pretty tight contest, not a conquest. It might be a conquest at the end of the game for North Geelong because they'll have achieved that. But, hey, yeah.
Oh.
Everybody got to do that at the same time of their day. But anyway, Grub, your thoughts for three-quarter time.
Well, I had a chat to Neville and Turtle, Greg Welsh in there, and they're saying, oh, it's not the greatest game of footy we've ever seen. Well, and I explained to them that this is finals footy. The conditions are not good all finals. It's been tough. It's been hard. The tackling's been great. So we're not going to see a beautiful game of footy. But North did a couple of things that quarter that look really, really good and look really dangerous. Whether they can do it now, the flags are up again, but who knows? The rain could be coming, and you just don't know. I know you think North are going to hold on from here. I just favour East.
Don't tell Scapper that.
No, an early goal really puts the pressure on. And to be quite honest, without having magnificent football played, it's been a pleasure to watch just the way these. Zach Swenson, he came flying through. He didn't care if someone smashed him and knocked him out. He wanted the football, and all the boys are the same. They're all having the greatest goal of all time. And in the end, it's who's standing up. They're a rotation down east with Ryan Lemper now. I don't think you'll see him again.
What did he do? Was it calf or
no, it looked
hamstring?
like a hammy to me.
Yep.
So, and that's him for the day. But the rotations matter that much in this last quarter. If you go down in the first quarter, it might, but I think with three more on the bench, they'll be okay there. I don't know who's going to win from here. I'll just sit back, watch the last quarter unfold, and I'll give you the winner after the final siren.
Yes, and also the other task, obviously, is the player judged best on the ground for the day.
How the hell can you judge that?
Well, I'm not too sure, but there might be some divine intervention. Grubby, you've already pointed towards Sammy Reynolds. So,
Lukey Parker's played a pretty good game.
Well, as I said, when you kick 3 or 5, and as I said, he probably hasn't had too many more touches, but the kicks he's had have been from around that 50-metre zone.
And he won a couple of contests in the first quarter.
Yes.
It didn't result in it, which were really good contests in the context of the game as well. Got to move him forward.
Very much game up for grabs here as it's a pretty good sized crowd out here this afternoon too, by G. And it's good to see that this local football is still up and alive here. And as I said, tomorrow, as it's going to be all done and dusted for 2025. So both sides have got 30 minutes of football to establish themselves as the premiership side for this season. And as I said, there's a lot of clubs that would have loved to have been in this position today. Unfortunately, only 2 can make it. So we've got everything now starting to happen with players moving to their position, but spectators in their hordes moving from the ground.
Colac 6-7-43, St Mary's 7-7-49. They've edged their way in front of St Mary's.
Might be a battle of the churches next week.
Well, that's what it looked like the first half of the season, and then it went haywire, really.
We're just waiting, as I said. Players have probably got there a lot quicker than what the spectators have to leave the ground. So as we said, it's North Geelong at 5-7-37, a 13-point margin. Is it comfortable? I don't think so.
No, nothing.
East Geelong with that breeze, but again, having said that, there has been goals kicked to the city end this afternoon. So North Geelong now look like they're going to go with a surplus player in defence. That responsibility will fall on Charlie Farrell's back. Not too sure why East Geelong wouldn't actually try and man up that player or drag him out to a place where he's not going to be effective. That may happen, but at this stage it's not.
Right out there.
So North Geelong suggests that they will be a little bit cautious with their movement going forward from here. Umpire about to start proceedings, and we are almost ready for our Morris Finance final quarter. Siren has sounded. Here we go. So ball now in the air. Davis up over the top. Ball comes down. It's not cleared by any side at this stage. Manari went after it. Picked up. Dixon got the handball out. Beardsall will put East Geelong into their attacking end. Going back. Mark not taken out there by George at the ground level. Picked up. And it's Osbrook kicks the ball into their forward line. Steals it off the pack. Brings it back. Hits the bottom of the post.
Oh, that's
Hits
the
bottom
one
of the
they wanted.
That would have been a perfect start for East Geelong. They moved to 3-7. And So North Geelong on 5-7. Steele has 1-1 for the afternoon. Kicked in by Farrell. The loose player in defence goes outside to George. And he has ball in the back pocket.
Handy point.
Well, their seconds have hung on by a goal. Can the seniors do it?
Davis was going to be obviously the target. They kick out long, but again, it's tapped out by... Oh, that's a good strong tackle there from Davis.
Hold the ball.
Oh, not too sure they had prior opportunity
No, I
out
didn't
there.
see the prior, but
Sammy
umpire
Lowe.
did. No, you
No,
can't.
he's going to have to go back behind his
You
mark.
can't do that, Tommy.
Even the bravest of men wouldn't get away with that.
No. No.
So Tommy Davis, defensive side of centre wing, will kick the ball for North Geelong, and I imagine he'll go straight down the line. That's what he's going to do. Kick straight to his opposition, Ruckman in Sobey. Ball is spoiled from his hands and goes over the boundary line, so we'll have a throw in. We've gone 1 minute 20 in this final quarter. It is that Soldier behind to East Geelong 3-7, trailing North Geelong 5-7.
As you said, Smith, he would have been a perfect start.
Oh, I said that.
Oh, sorry, Grubby. It wasn't to be. So comes back in. Sammy Lowe has the ball. Great tackle. That's going to be a sling. It has to be. Yes, it is.
Well, that's a slip.
That's not a sling tackle.
I think he's got to protect the head. So Sammy Lowe has the
I
ball.
reckon Sammy contributed to that.
True centre wing.
I really do.
Boundary road, side of the ground. So kicks in, finds his teammate Fanning. They're going to move the ball quickly here. Sobey, not the one you want kicking it. Coming through and not gathering the ball, though, was an North Geelong player. Mulville now trying to gather it. Couldn't quite. Also in there was Purcell on hands and knees. Now the tackle's laid. The umpire says, give it to me.
Geez, he needed to hang on to that, Benny Mulville. He had blokes running either side of him. They would have been off and running off to the races.
This first goal goes without saying. Very important in the context of this game. Davis down. Couldn't quite. Zach Swinnerson comes through now in the path of Ricciardi. Monahan's done a good job on him today. Handball out. Now an opportunity for Vaughan. Gets his hands over the top to Monahan to Lowe. Lowe took on the tackle and maybe. How's the umpire going to see it? Desnoy had him. Umpire's going to pin him. You're gone. So Desnoy has the ball out. 60 metres from the North Geelong goal.
Not a lot of prior there.
He's going to move the ball quickly. It's in the path to Luke Parker. Gets over his head now, and O'Brien Anderson happy to see the ball over the boundary. Oh, he's giving it deliberate. He is giving it deliberate. Lukey Parker has appealed for it, and why wouldn't you? When the umpires have been paying these all day, they've been paying everything all day.
Yeah, but not that one he hasn't.
Lukey Parker has 3. The kick is 4th.
He couldn't kick it from here, surely.
From the boundary.
Surely.
He couldn't, could he? Come in the moment. Come in the moment. Here comes Lukey Parker. He could be the difference today. 3-7-25. They are now leading by 3 goals, North Geelong, and we have gone 3.5 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
I just judge it by watching AFL football. If you kick it and it bounces sideways, insufficient attempt, or kick it. But if you watch it, most players that run over the boundary line, they never, ever get pinged. And look, I've got no doubt it was deliberate, so fair enough, but they've got to be a bit stiff if that one gets pinged when it really never, ever, ever happens. But it still took a magnificent kick. And I said last week, Lukey Parker's got a place. Smithy, you said he doesn't.
I didn't say that at all.
Smithy's fault again.
I said he had a corker. He should be out there.
I don't know where you come from.
Righto, ball back in the middle of the ground, over the top. Davis brings the ball down into the hands of McIntyre. Now they need to take the ball down. Well, a good tackle in there by Fazio. Went back after it, over to Ricciardi. Ricciardi inside to Swinnerson. Swinnerson looks up, kicks to Parker again, and he's taking the mark.
He can't kick it from here.
There he can. This bloke can.
He can't kick it.
This bloke
Can
can.
he turn back the clock?
I'll tell you what, if he kicks it, makes it 5 and North win, that's just saved our jobs.
Easy.
That's just saved everything.
Makes the job very easy.
That's just, it's made an unbelievably impossible job into an easy one.
So Luke Parker steps to the plate once again, runs out, kicks long, hasn't got the distance this time, will land in the goal square. Mark required, ball gets through the contest. That point could be important as it's pushed through. 6-8 now for North Geelong and 3-7 to East Geelong. 5 minutes gone. Morris Finance, final quarter.
Running out of fullback now, long down the line. It's all or nothing here for East Geelong. He didn't look at the ball there. Mulville should have been a free kick. Doesn't matter. Farrell went forward. It was a good kick, although Monahan was on Ricciardi's hammer. He's going to get the free kick here, Ricciardi.
Well, I think he might have paid the mark, did he?
Yeah, I don't know if it's that or a chop. I couldn't see, Grub.
Either way, so 65 out. He's going to chip it up. Lukey Parker, it's over his head on that occasion. Still bounces in the path of Billy. He gets his quick handball. They got to defend gallantly. Here is East Geelong as the ball's going to run out of bounds. We'll have a stoppage. It's going to be a ball in. 55 out from the North Geelong goal. We have gone only 5.5 in this last quarter. Just feels like if North kicks the next, it could be game to darts.
You kick 3 for the game, you've got to kick 5 in the next bit.
Exactly right. So ball is back in now. Davis and Sobey. Ball hits the deck. Coming through is Dixon. He kicks up and under. George has his name written all over this. Can he take the mark?
Oh, no, he
SR
hasn't.
did really well. But he takes the mark on centre wing. He has Beardsall short if he wants him. He's not going to use him. He got called to play on, so Reynolds ran at him. Now Mulville have sold himself into trouble here. Crombie keeps the ball going forward and then gets tackled by Swenison.
Ball
Blue
up,
midfield
ball.
piece. Just on the edge of the square, we'll have a ball up.
They wouldn't let him go. They were desperate, North.
In between centre wing and half forward for East Geelong. They need the next. Mulville versus Davis. Comes out to McIntyre. He swings it on his left boot, but Fazio's there. He moves the ball forward for North Geelong. Here they go again. They got to defend well here. East Geelong, they do gather the ball now. It was good hands from Monahan, and then ends up with the big ruckman Sobey, who kicks out, although Habib did well. Not well enough. He did give away the free kick.
No, he paid the mark. He's marked it, then he's knocked it out. That's a fair call.
So they've got the ball just on centre wing. Ends up with Dixon. Dixon for East Geelong. Moves the ball. Goes over the head of McIntyre. Big contest here. The ball might run over the boundary line. It does. So just in front of us in the broadcast position, the ball has gone out of bounds.
What you run to him there for? Just play the ball, son. No need for that rubbish.
Umpire with ball in hand. Balls it in between centre wing and half forward for East Geelong. Habib coming through, couldn't quite. Now forward from Davis. Vaughan's there as well. It gets over the head of McLean and then mopping up. It could be gone, Vistenton. Did he put the arm out?
Yes, he
He is
I
gone.
think he fended.
One out. They've got Parker out. No one's on him. They couldn't find him. It's going to be 50 metres as well for not giving the ball back. It's a 50-metre penalty. This could be the most costly of 50-metre penalties.
Oh, he's taken right to the goal square too.
It's a decent 50 as well.
Well, he was about 60 out.
Oh, gee, I reckon he's inside the square.
Oh, maybe I can't see the lines from him.
The player in question's Noah Billy. He hasn't kicked one today, has he, Smithy?
No.
No.
Hasn't been too many that have.
It's a 19-point margin. Kicks the goal. 3-7-25 to 7-8-50. 9 minutes gone in this last quarter. And they could be on their way, North Geelong.
I honestly didn't see this coming. I thought it would be a very dour struggle down to the wire. But North's first, 8 or 9 minutes of this quarter has just been fantastic. They've been able to defend. They've been able to play well through the middle. And they've been able to kick goals at the other end. So, that's the perfect football. But look, I've watched East a few times. They don't give up. So, North are going to have to keep going and going and going, or East will get themselves back in the game.
They've got to get it done, and they've got to get it done very quickly. I would think they'll grab the ball now from that contest. Jewel on the left boot. That's I'd say an ambitious kick because it landed straight in the hands of his teammate there and Smith. So he's taken the mark on centre wing. Plays on now, wants to go out wide. Went back towards Billy, coming across, Hooper pass. I'll tell you what, he had a fair grab of
That's
that.
a mark. That is a mark.
Umpire's called play, and he reckons that the East Geelong player may have had a bit on it
In
earlier.
the contest, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't matter in the contest.
I
I pay that.
Actually, I would have paid that myself.
Yeah,
but
I pay that.
I can understand why he didn't, but
Yeah,
in the
fair enough.
context of the game.
Why? Because he's wrong.
Yeah, so the ball now thrown up again. Ruckman go. Davis from the top brings the ball down to ground. Picked up Sobey, got the handball out. Back towards Swenison. Ball comes out of his hand, picked up Jewel. His kick was smothered once again, went back after it. Some good body work in there. McIntyre tried to work the ball. Can't pick it up cleanly. Fazio's underneath that somewhere, I think. You can see the bald head, and it's going to be handed back to the umpire. So it's now...
It's rubbish.
Ball is thrown up by the umpire. It comes out. High, said the umpire. Free kick will go. And I think it's Jack Beardsall had his head over the contest. Handball's outside, was going to Crombie, but sold a bit of candy there and plays on now. And his kick, that's not great. And it will land either in the field of play or not. Doesn't matter because Sammy Reynolds has again taken the mark. Big half. Not even a smile on the dial there. He's just concentrating on what he needs to do.
Where's he going?
This is dangerous. He goes back. It's Jasper George. Takes the mark. Spates will be kicking the ball to its only a kick from goal there. This is better. Comes back outside. Cleary can take the ball and run if he wants to. Chips over the shop. Brockenshire. Now he can run. So he's got plenty of space inside. Over the top once again. Kick had too much on it. Coming through. Whoa, that was nicely done, Monaghan. He got Fazio on the way through, but there's nothing wrong with that because he just attacked the ball. Ball goes to their half-forward line. Nice work there from Ezard. Taps the ball down. Brockenshire tried to get the handball outside. Goes in the hands now. Habib outside. George lost possession of it. Diving on top of it was Semi-Low. Tried to get out of there. He couldn't. Umpire will ask for it back once again. It was Beardsall, sorry. All the boots, and I thought that was Semi-Low. I think he got Jack's Crackers. So the
Chasing after his as well, I think.
Ball from the ruck contest, picked up by Drill, puts boot to ball. That was nice work because they just done their interchange off the bench. Mark not taken out there by Billy, forced over the boundary line. Nice work from the player out there in Fanning, was able to hold things up for them pretty nicely. Yeah. I know where it's hurting, but I don't think you can do much for it.
No, the trainer's got him in hand.
Ball is thrown back in by the umpire. And from the front of the contest, Smith trying to work his way through. Ball comes out. Mulville got the boot to ball. Goes back towards Brooke. Attacked it. George. He's just going to thump it back the other way. Coming through Vaughan. Nice work. Mulville got the handball. Needs to get rid of it. Fed it out over the top. Beardsall can run. Got through that contest. Handball's back inside. Steele over the top to Ezard. Ezard looks up. Goes towards Smith. Takes a mark and will need to finish here.
Has to kick this, Smith.
Has to kick this. Absolutely.
Has to kick this to give him any sort of a chance at all.
Still a lot of time left, though.
But he has to kick it.
Got to start the momentum somewhere. This
Don't
can just
kick
give him
this.
that belief. So he steps in now, 45 metres out. He hasn't started that in the right spot either. That's going to go across the face. Mark not taken. I thought Steele had a bad bit of it. Ball has gone over the boundary line and through. See, last week it was an instinctive movement that got him his first and he was up and about. He just needed...
And he had one earlier as well and he missed it. If he kicked that, could have been
Who
completely
knows?
differently.
What's he got?
He's got 3 behinds.
Four behinds. Oh, no, he didn't kick that.
No, that was out of bounds. So, ball from that forward pocket area, thrown back in, tapped it to the front. Going North Geelong numbers around the contest, lose possession of it, goes back outside. Ollis off the right boot. That is a better finish. Jeremy Ollis gets his first and the fourth now for the East Geelong side. They're 4-7. North Geelong are 7-8 and 13 and a half minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
I told you they wouldn't give up. They're going to still be in this contest, Geelong. They'll not stop till the final siren. And that was a beautiful goal out of the pack. And I tell you what, we still could go down to the wire here. 7-8 to 4-7 has got to kick a couple of goals. It's a very difficult task. But they haven't given up the ghost yet.
4 unanswered goals, that's all they need.
Yeah, it's easier when you say it, isn't it? It's a lot easier just saying that. It's all right, but it's...
Unanswered, that's the big
Need
question.
one out of the middle here. So the two big men are in the middle now. Sobey and Davis. Sobey wins it for his team. McIntyre, he'll get you a clearance. Give it out to Lowe. Oh, it's a great tackle from Habib. It's called play on. McDonald gets it forward for North Geelong. Riccardi and Monaghan are down there. Also Vicenton and Pask, and the ball is seen over the boundary line. So I have a ball in 60 metres out from the North Geelong goal. It's a 19-point margin at St Albans Park. This is what you play footy for. It's grand final day.
Is it? Well, bugger me.
We are back in now. Pass gets the ball down. Couldn't quite find Habib. Then over the top.
Well,
Big tackle. Was that Sling? It could have been. Riccardi got the ball forward. Desno was held. Umpire calls play on still. Now it's kicked out towards the boundary line and Allsbrook's happy to see it over. So 4-7-31 to 7-8-50. Still a 19-point margin. Gone 15 minutes. Probably got another 12 or 13 to go. back in now. Sobey gets the ball down, comes out to Purcell, swings it around on the boot. Desnoy's there against O'Brien Henderson. Umpire says play on, double fister forward. Fazio in the square. Can he do something special? Kicked out. It's a foot race now. McDonald's there. Lowndes might get there first. He does, and he's going to get rid of Farrell. He's holding the ball. Umpire says play on there. Charlie McDonald. He doesn't stop running. Kicks the ball forward. East Geelong have the numbers coming through, but a great tackle. Umpire says play on. Then they're still inside forward 50, still an opportunity. Another good tackle by Vaughan on low. They're going in hard, I tell you what. And we're going to have a stoppage 45 metres out.
I think Lowe's hurt. And I thought that was straight out holding the ball.
Looks like there's 2 East Geelong players down. I'll let you know who the other one is when we find out. It's Vicentine. And Lowe doesn't look all right either. Just got to wait for him to clear the area. Trainers have been very busy today. Doesn't look good, Sammy Lowe.
He'll be able to run that one off. I think he's just...
Yeah, but he run her off, but it's already 16 minutes into the last quarter.
Yeah.
So...
They've just got to get Parker back on the ground.
50 out. Ball, there's a whistle. Which way is going? It's going the way of East Geelong. Sobey gives a quick handball. Now it's going to go down the line in the path of Lowndes and Steele. Great mark
that's a great
from Charlie Farrell. So Farrell takes the mark.
That's a great mark.
He can just take his time now, professionally run down the clock. They all know how to do this.
Why would you play him in a loose man in defence when he can do that, Smith?
So he's going to go in the path of Fazio if he can fly. It's not a great
Bad
kick, and it's a good
Bad
interceptive mark taken by McIntyre. He's going to move the ball quickly. Dangerous kick, but you got to do it. Dixon takes the mark. Now that near the centre, wasn't a good handball to Crombie. He's got to clean up. He does now. He's taken without the ball. Umpire says play on.
So
Opportunity for North Geelong. Go essential and a good mark taken in defence again by Lee. Now another handball. They've got to arc their back and take the game on. Beardson was nearly caught by McDonald. And then it comes out McLean, and then now Monaghan. Monaghan goes wide. 1-2 Lee. Leader O'Brien Henderson. He's going to go on the path of McIntyre, but over the top. A great mark taken by O'Brien. They're standing up in the big moments here, North Geelong.
They're just one after the other in North.
Pressure.
They're going to go inside the forward 50. Can Tommy Davis fly? Big fist. Habib's there. He'd love a late goal. Hits the deck, trying to swing a boot on it. Also, there is Billy, and the ball's going to run over the boundary line. So 4-7-31 to 7-8-50. We have gone 18 minutes this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
I was just let down a bit. And if you're going to expect something special out of mid-air, it's going to be from Habib, but he couldn't quite get the foot to it.
So ball to be thrown in right beside the hind post. Again, a little bit of drizzle just coming across the ground now. Ball in the forward area. Picked up. Fazio tried to kick it off one step. Didn't get too much distance there. Desnoy tackled, and it will be a ball up.
There's Big Tom. He's looking tired.
So 20 metres out from the North Geelong goal. Ball is thrown up once again. Sobey just taps it to their advantage, going across Purcell. Kicks back towards the goal square, but the only player there is Lee. Read that nicely. He takes the mark. They need to get the ball going. Nothing behind here because Steele's the only target he's got. So he goes longer, outside. Parker in the right spot. He takes the mark. Strong hands, Lukey Parker, and he can go back. Outside range here, though.
Is he?
Oh, absolutely.
The way he's had today.
No, I can tell you, he is outside range. Kick inside. Riccardi comes up, and he takes the mark. So this could be the nail that ends this game. We've gone almost 19 minutes. And Riccardi is doing what all should do. Take some time off the clock, and he's going to do that. He needs to kick the ball at least 50 metres, I would think. The line, I can see it there on the screen. So he'll kick from just on or just inside 50. Steps up, kicks at goal. It's going to drift right across, so the mark needs to be taken out there. Someone was up, and I couldn't see who it was. It's a bit dark out there. East Geelong able to get the ball, move it around the boundary line. Oh, now he's played another one. I hope Luke Parker's there because he can have another shot from goal from the same spot.
Well, he's there somewhere.
No, he's not there this time.
He's at the top of the square.
Purcell is going to be the bloke that's got the ball in hand.
Saw the long sleeves.
Yeah. Going back to Jackson Jewell. Umpire said the wrong bloke had it. So Jackson Jewell now is with the responsibility to kick from that pocket. He is yet to trouble the scoreboard this afternoon. An opportunity here, as we said, to register the 8th goal. It will take a very good kick. Kicks that goal. Looks okay. Looks very okay. Because he has done exactly what Lukey Parker did before. Jackson Jewell is first. North Geelong, they are 8-8. East Geelong 4-7, 20 minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
Well, I'm almost ready to concede. It's been a magnificent effort, a magnificent last quarter actually from North Geelong. Look, I've got to admit, I didn't see that in them. I thought if they were going to win, they had to hold on and maybe sneak a goal or two. But they've just dominated this last quarter. And when East have got it up their forward line, their back line's been able to take it out. And at this stage, you've really got to take your hat off to them because this last quarter has been as good as they've played. And that's where, don't worry about your bulldust third quarter, premiership quarter. You win the premiership in this quarter, and that's what they've done.
Ball is up again. Pass got it out. Allsbrook couldn't gather the ball. Comes out to Fazio. He couldn't quite now. Minari for East Geelong couldn't gather the ball. Fazio does, and then taken away from might have been O'Brien. Henderson. All is under the pack, and it's going to be balled up. This is probably when you start loving football as a player. When you can look up probably the next couple of minutes as a North Geelong player. Know you're a premiership player. That's when football's pretty good. As the ball's up again. Pass in the path of Allsbrook and Fazio couldn't quite coming through. It was Beardsall and then kicked out to the wing. Chasing after it was McLean. He couldn't get there. Now he does, but he loses the ball. Billy was held. Umpire says play on. Then Lowndes was caught. Umpire says play on. Habib might see the ball over the boundary line. It could have been a throw.
It was a throw too.
I think it was. So as the rain comes down a bit harder here, we've gone 22 minutes. The 2025 GDFL Grand Final. Current scores are 4-7, 31 East Geelong. Trailing North Geelong 8-8, 56. Ball back in now. Pask and Mulville. Two chop out Ruckman. Comes out. Habib happy to see the ball over the boundary line. Crombie runs after it. And the ball's going to beat all comers. Be more than happy for the rain to come down if you're North Geelong. Get harder to move the ball. Umpire with ball in hand. It's been a Ricciardi coaching masterclass today. Back in now. Mulville down. Couldn't quite cover the ball. Fazio. And then McIntyre comes out. Was he legged? He was. So McIntyre's ball is going to go central. Wheel onto that left boot as he so often does. Couldn't quite. Good mark taken. Defence was Brockenshire. So he has the ball now. He has McDonald out wide. He might go in that direction. He's going to go out to the boundary roadside. Running back with the flight was Vaughan. He couldn't get there. Also out there is Billy. Now it's a foot race. Who can win the ball? Dixon for East Geelong gathers it, but he's tackled instantaneously. And we'll have a stoppage. Centre wing, far side of the ground. So East Geelong 4-7, 31, 8-8, 56. North Geelong are leading. Ball up again now. Down, Swenison trying to run through, couldn't quite. McDonald, he's played some sort of a game. Kicks a spiral forward in the path of, do you know who? Guess who? Lukey Parker. There was talks, it was down and out.
I want to go to video on this one.
There was talks. And too good. Was there a risk in playing him and Desnoy? I tell you what, he could be the difference maker today.
I have to tell our
He's
listeners
kicked four.
and our viewers, I'm only making that up.
If he kicks this, it could be the medal from 50. Lukey Parker has missed to the near side. 4-7-31, 8-9, 57, 24 minutes gone in this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
Could have been going to the Hoth Motel. Now he's going to the local soup kitchen.
I don't think where he'll be going, but I don't think he'll be doing much this weekend.
Well,
So the ball now is picked up, and it's going to be cleared away. So East Geelong with some work to do outside. Farrell out the back. Mark not taken, picked up by Ollis. Got boots of ball, goes towards centre wing. Swenison handballs over the top, back to O'Brien, back to Swenison. Chips outside, looking for his brother. A little bit too much on it. Ends up in the hands of Mulville. Out the back to Crombie. He kicks back to where the ball first came from. Brockenshire stands under it. Player in the middle of the ground. He goes across the ground now. Made his teammate in Vaughan work a little bit, but he's got plenty of time and space in front of him. Picks up, goes to McDonald. He's worked hard too. Picks the ball up. He's got back inside Fazio if he wants to. Goes down the line though. Player this time, Ricciardi up a little bit too early. Ball gets through, quick to recover. Went back, handballs inside. Goes towards Parker, picks the ball up. Wants to get the handball out the back. A little kick goes back towards McDonald. He just loads up, goes back towards the goal square, and Mark has been taken there by Crombie once again. So East Geelong need to Travel the ball from one end of the ground quickly down through the middle, but it's McLean now with the ball. Goes out wide into the hands. It's in the hands of Steele, but it went through. There was a spoil there. Again at ground level, they work pretty hard. Lowndes taken over the boundary line, and there will be a throw-in. 25 and a half gone. Final quarter, 8-9. North Geelong, 4-7 East Geelong.
You're sitting on the bench over there and you see someone limping. You look at him limping. You want to be on the ground.
Ball back in now. Gets down. Sobey had it down and ends up with McDonald. And what a game he's played.
Played pretty well,
He's
McDonald.
played very well. But he
Exactly.
gets the ball out way. He's had a good final series as well. So he gets the ball to Vaughan. Vaughan has the ball near the centre of the ground for North Geelong. You want to be on the ground right now if you're a North Geelong player, as Grubby was just saying. So they're going to switch the ball right to the other side of the ground. It might be Brock and Shaw has it now.
Well done, Skip.
Back in to Vaughan.
Now it's party time.
Oh, yeah, it's party time, all right.
So to Cleary, he's done a pretty good job. Kept Zach Smith goalless in 2 different finals.
He's kicked about 8 points in that final, so...
Hasn't kicked a goal. To Desnoy. Desnoy has Reynolds. He had a really good third quarter, was it? He's not going to go that way. He's going to go to McDonald. He's run hard all day. Just keeps finding the football. Over the top to Cleary. So 27 minutes gone.
I think you can ring it.
Over the top to McDonald again. Charlie McDonald. What a game he's played. Goes down the line. Looking for a teammate. Good mark taken over the top by McIntyre. And they go to central to Crombie. Crombie takes the mark. Handball back inside now. Might have been O'Brien. Henderson, he finds his team. Is that Lemper back on the ground?
Yep.
Lemper. See. He
Jimmy
goes back in over the top of O'Brien and then ended up with Steele. Nearly couldn't quite. Might have been Allsbrook and then over the top. Just a little snap around the corner from Farrell. Finds Desnoy on the boundary line. So 4-7-31 to 8-9-57. We have gone 27 and a half minutes this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Kick goes back towards centre wing. Sobey in front. Takes the mark. Yes, he does. Completes it. Wants to get the handball going. Goes back inside. Went looking for Minari. He was put under a little bit of pressure there. North Geelong have done this very well in the last quarter. Been able to apply pressure and hold things up. And they've done it once again. So 27, almost 28. Can't be too much time left here in this final quarter.
The big fella Sobey's played pretty well, actually.
Yeah, done nicely. Again, I don't know whether they had the effect that they would normally have had. But
Well,
the
he's
ball,
nullified the bigger bloke.
Yep, ball comes out of that contest. Picked up McIntyre out the back door again. Minari gets the handball off to Crombie. He goes back inside, and there's going to be a free kick down the field. They're not going to waste any time, though. Goes over the top towards Lowndes. Steps inside 50. Kicks up. Goes long, and he is just offline.
That's the story of the day, isn't it?
Yep, pretty much. 4-8 now to East Geelong, and 8-9 North Geelong. 28 and a half gone. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard. Jasper George. He just steps outside the square. A little bit of time off. Kicks the ball. Goes out long. Outside 50. Sobey again. Up. Mark not taken out there though. Picked up McIntyre. Ball comes out the back. Into the hands of Monahan. He's tackled by McDonald. Brought to ground. Umpire will ask for it back late in the quarter. 29 almost gone. Ruck contest there. Again. Either Ruckman couldn't get to it. Picked up. Comes back inside. They work the ball from that contest. East Geelong go back inside. Coming up, O'Brien. He's done that today. Done that well. Had a big job on Steele early in the game. He goes outside looking for Tommy Swennerson. Gets over the top. Picked up by Mulville this time. Austin drives the ball. It's going to be back towards the full forward position. Coming across Lowndes. Couldn't take the mark. Ground level. Purcell is there. Smith jumps on his back. How will the umpire set? It's going to be a ball up. And I agree with that one also. So 29, almost 30 minutes gone. Final quarter. 8-9-57. 4-8 to 32 to East Geelong. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
Colac 45, St Mary's 53.
Ball is up now. Snap out of the pack. It's not going to be a goal. It's going to register as a minor score. So 4-9-33 now to 8-9-57. 30 minutes gone in this last quarter. Jasper George has the ball What a final series and what a season he's had. He gives the ball off to Purcell, then over the top in the path coming through was Allsbrook. He couldn't quite cover the ball, and then it ends up with Farrell as the siren goes. North Geelong in the 2025 GDFL Premiers. Final score 4-9, 33 to 8-9, 57.
Yes, and goal kickers for the day for North Geelong. Lukey Parker with 4. 4 of the very best, too, I must say. Jackson Jewell, Noah Billy, Jordan Purcell and Tommy Davis, all goal kickers. And the 4 goals for East Geelong was Jeremy Ellis, Andrew Steele, Ryan Lemper and Caleb Lowndes. We're going to take a short break, come back. We'll go through everything that's happened here this afternoon. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Great, Peter Rickard.
So North Geelong, I think we're still on air. I think North Geelong.
We can be beat to a medal of beating. They all know that we are the boys from the law. Our players support it. So we will always play it. The black and white will play it far. The champions give it. Geelong fabulous man.
Yes, welcome back, North Geelong. Well, no, not yet. Back, as we said, North Geelong are premiers for the 2025 season. 8-9-57 to 4-9-33. As I said, not a high-scoring game, but I tell you what, the pressure that was involved, pretty much since half-time, it's just lifted that little bit of a notch. And we expect that in a grand final. And the way North Geelong played that last quarter, Grub, they were not going to let that game go.
No, they weren't. And at three-quarter time, it was in the balance. I thought probably East were marginally in front. They probably had to kick a couple of goals early.
Had a chance.
Steele had a magnificent shot at goal and it rolled and it bounced into the post. And that was almost the beginning of the end, wasn't it? Because they came back North, they kicked goals against it, and all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard and North are pretty much home. And look, they tried hard East, but they just, I don't know whether it was lack of conditioning. Both sides have had a rest during the finals. It was just the good play of North towards the end. And as you say, blokes like, as I said, Swinnerson diving after the footy, Fazio running into blokes coming the other way. They just didn't want to let that go. East didn't either, but they just didn't quite play well enough in that last quarter, and North did, and that's the difference in the two sides today.
Yeah, you've got to play well when the game's up to grabs, and as I said, North Geelong And we can only look back over the course of the season. They've played them 3 times already, and they've been able to get over the top of them each time. I give credit that a couple of those games was less than a goal, and it could have gone either way. And even the first final here, Habib takes that mark late in the game, so that could have been a turning point also. But they've been able to manufacture it. They've done it very nicely. And as I said, when it got to the final quarter, you could just sense in the first, I suppose, a couple of minutes of that last quarter that every contest they went to, they were going to will themselves to be there, North Geelong, and that's what they were able to do. And they just basically took away the run that East Geelong were looking for. So I just don't know. As I said, they've got players all over the ground here at the present time, or a large group around the North Geelong camp, as you would expect. And presentations will take up very shortly. And the presentation of the player judged best on ground as well.
Well, who's your tip for the medal, Smithy?
I'll give you who I reckon will win it, but I don't know whether you'll agree. But
who's that?
Hey?
Who do you think will win?
Zach Smith. No, I think...
Snapper White, one of the greatest champions of our game.
No, I think, as I said, in a game like today, you just expect that Lukey Parker had 4
goals in a game. And in the important parts of the game as well. And even earlier on, like you look at his game, he had 2 shots that didn't eventuate in scores. I don't know, did he kick it behind, Smithy?
Sorry?
Did he kick it behind?
Just one behind.
He one behind. I think he had 2 shots that didn't make the distance, but they were still kicked to the hot spot as well. He also had a couple of moments early in that first quarter where I just could see straight away that he was on. He had a big one-on-one win in front of us here, and on the other side, he took a test the mark as well. He just didn't see that in that first final. I just thought that he just didn't look up to the pace, and today he did. Obviously, he willed himself. And he played a great game.
As I said, I think Grub spoke about it earlier. When you get to this,
Luke Parker for the medal.
When you get to this stage of your career, you're still looking for these things just to finish off. Now that'd be a perfect way for him to finish his time. And look, I've got no doubt Lukey Parker will be back playing again next year. He might want to play senior football, but he'll be definitely having a run around the twos. He'll be like Desi. He'll just want to keep going for as long as he can. And I admire that in most blokes. You look at some of the older blokes running around the leagues now, and we talk about Mark Stewart being one. The bloke's 50 years of age, still playing football. So, as I said, it's great why you continue to do it, but I just hope that most of these blokes, when they get to 50, 60 and a little bit older, that their hips and their knees aren't that bad that's going to infringe in their life. But as I said, I think North Geelong, as they've come in here with a plan, they've been able to maybe not execute it well enough in the first half, but definitely able to put enough pressure on East Geelong in the second half.
Commiserations to East Geelong also, like great season, obviously finishing top of the table and managed to win a final this year as well, make a grand final. It's a great accomplishment. So great job to Ned Olsbrook. If he ends up, I think he's going to coach next year. Is he going to play coach? I think that's the question still. But
by the same token, Arch, they'd be bitterly disappointed.
They would be, but still good job for them to make a grand final.
Half time, they go in ahead. Yeah. Third quarter, they're well within striking distance. They look like they can win the game. And unfortunately, they fell away in the last quarter. And that would be a disappointment to them.
100%.
The North Geelong still going across to the East Geelong boys and just shaking hands with them. As I said, it's a pretty hard thing for the East Geelong boys to be able to stay out here on the ground. As I said, it's disappointing that they've come so far and
we didn't
to fall short.
We didn't once. We said, we're going. Did we get in some trouble over that? But as I said, as soon as the siren went, Ned Olsbrook made his way down to Peter Riccardi, gave him a couple of hugs, and they had a bit of a chat. And that's great to see in local football because at the end of the day, it is still just a game. I know you want to win it desperately in a grand final, but it's still just a game. And between the two sides, the handshakes and that, great sportsmanship. And it's been a great day. It's been a great day.
That's it. There's been some good games. As I said, the unexpected started with the first game this afternoon.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us in this post-match presentation.
And we're going to go to the presentations now.
Is the main man, Alex Tagani.
As we conclude the 2025 Senior Home and Away and Final Series, thanks to Morris Finance. Before we start calling on our North Geelong Premiership players, we're going to ask Ned Olsbrook, playing coach, John McIntyre, captain of the East Geelong Eagles, to say a few words. Thank you, John.
Thanks, Alex. Well done, North Geelong. Beat us 4 times this year. You deserve it. Enjoy tonight. Far too good today. Well done. Thank you to the GDFNL putting on the day. Gives us an opportunity to continue our footy careers. It's a superbly run league. Thank you very much. To us, I know we'll be disappointed, but try and be proud of yourself tonight. It's the wider East Geelong community. Thank you for all the support this year. Bad luck. Well done, North Geelong.
We'd now like to call upon an umpiring legend of our region, Mr. John Volanti. If we could give him some round of applause. And John, we now congratulate our umpires on the day, starting with field umpires David Chaston, Hamish Irvin, the legend Jack O'Neill, boundaries Liam Carter, Mark Coulter, Jade Frampton, Grant Sumner, goals Ken Dudding, Marcus Briggs, and our two emergencies for the 2025 Senior Grand Final in Shea Hubie and Cameron Ritchie. Thank you for all of our umpires in season 2025. I'll now call up on League Secretary Alan Moore to present and announce the winner of the VCFL medal for Best on Ground in this afternoon's Grand Final.
Number 4, North Geelong, Luke Parker.
We now commence our medal presentation to this year's Senior Premiership side, starting with number 1, Cooper Vaughan. Number 4, Luke Parker.
Told you you'd win it.
Well done, Luke. Number 5, Charlie Farrell. Number 6, Rory Desnoy. Number 8, Ben O'Brien. Our victorious vice-captain, number 9, Jackson Jewell. Number 10, Noah Billy. Number 11, Charlie Smith. Number 20, Jordan Purcell. Number 21, Charlie McDonald. E-I-E-I-O. We now welcome number 22, Patrick Cleary. Number 24, Thomas Chook Schwennison. On, mate. And keep it going for number 27, Jasper George. Now, number 31, John Fazio. From one forward to another, number 32, Mitchell Habib. Number 34, Cooper Pask. Number 35, Damien Fazio. Number 38, Samuel Reynolds. Now number 40, Bryce Brockenshire. Number 41, Oscar Riccardi. Number 42, Thomas Davis. One player to go. Your premiership captain, number 3, Zach Schwennison. You stay up here. And finally, now a 2-time senior premiership coach in our competition, Peter Riccardi. I'll invite you both to say some words.
Firstly, to East Geelong, in my eyes, you are the yardstick of the competition. So there's always got to be a winner and a loser, unfortunately, but fortunately for us, it's the way it is. But hold your heads high, compete the way you go at it year after year. It won't be far, and you're going to be up here. So to Ned and the boys, congratulations on the year. But you know, I know you're going to be disappointed, but celebrate hard, and we'll see you next year. To our boys and our supporters, thanks very much for the turnout. Like the sea of black and white's been like amazing. You're walking through the doors, and all you see is black and white. It's been it's awesome, and got these guys over the line, I reckon. To Vanders and the committee, thanks very much, you know, obviously for giving me the opportunity to be obviously the head coach. Really appreciate it. To our boys, to be honest, I didn't think we'll be here so quick, but all your hard work you've done over the last 2 years, you know, as I said before the game, we started training in October, so it's almost 12 months. And this is the reward you get. So fantastic to the GDFNL. Thanks for putting on a show. Yeah, let's party tonight, boys.
We now invite our league secretary, Mr. Alan Moore, to hand the Morris Finance Premiership Cup to the North Geelong Magpies.
Well, mate. Righto, as I said, we again from all the commentators or here in the box, we'd like to congratulate North Geelong on their performance in winning the 2025 Premiership Cup this season. And to East Geelong, as I said, our commiserations go out to them. But as I said, they were a great side during the course of the year. They presented themselves very well. They led the competition at the end of the home and away round, and it's a little bit unfortunate, as I said, for them. But they, as Peter Riccardi just explained, there can only be one winner. And today it was North Geelong's day. They have had the success over the final series to be able to enjoy this afternoon. They have had defeats of East Geelong over the course of the season as well. So I suppose in hindsight you look back and you think that they were the better side out of these two. But Grub, again, another tremendous year from yourself. And obviously it's nice to be able to front up week after week and watch a game of football. As I said, I've enjoyed it and I know you enjoy it. It fills in our days. But the reward for North Geelong tonight will be great.
He's come in 2 years ago. They were rock bottom, second last on the ladder. They've got him in. No one really wanted to listen to coaches. He changed their culture. He made them want to play for him. And you really got to take your hat off to him. He's been a premiership coach at Bannockburn. He's played nearly 300 games of AFL/VFL football. So, and you wonder, what's in it for him to come down to this level? Well, that's what's in it for him, holding the cup up for a magnificent win for North Geelong. It's been a great year. And I tell you what, the big magpie will be looking down.
Big Dick, you're absolutely right there, Grub. He'll be
yelling and screaming.
He will be. And to you, Archers, your first season in the box here with us for this year. And we thank you for your time that you've been able to put in, even though you did take a little holiday overseas just to play a little casual game of cricket. Yeah. But anyway, it's good to have you back for the final series, mate. And as I said, you do get excited here in the box, and we look forward to that every week you come in.
Exactly. I am brought in here just to bring the average age down a little bit. So, thanks so much for having me this year, Grubby. Really appreciate it. And Dale, I've had a lot of fun this year, and I'm sure next year we can get better. And also to Tyler, producer, he does a mountain of work behind the scenes, and without him, none of this would go on. We would have absolutely no idea what we're doing without him. And to Brad as well on the cameras each week, stands out there in the pouring rain. We've got heaters in here, and we're inside. He's out in the freezing cold and the pouring rain. So thank you to everyone, and also to Alex Degani. Runs an amazing show here. Without him as well, none of this would happen. So we're just going to get bigger and better next year. And I think you boys are signed to come back for another year, are you?
Oh, we reckon
we're just about ready to be pensioned off already. We'll keep going for another couple of years.
I just heard some profuse language from over the back. That may well have been Brad.
No, he does a great job out there. As I said, we're nice and snug and warm in the box here. So being out there in the elements and the job he does, and actually said the camera work he does out there is tremendous. And as I said, Tyler does a tremendous job in here. He gets me through all the technology things that I need to work on, especially when it comes to phones and the rest of it. So, as I said, it's been a tremendous year. Grub, you're going to go through and thank everybody once and finally for the year.
Well, for the final time this year, I might add that I think St Mary's have beaten Colac, so they'll play St Joseph's in the grand final next week.
And that's a Friday afternoon game at Kinnear Park.
Yeah, it is too. So you'll probably be there, or I know your wife will have you in the garden for the next 6 months, I reckon. But,
probably.
We don't get through the season without these people. And I know we've had a go at them all through the year. We've sort of said this, but it's really, really genuine. Buckley's, thank you very, very much. You've been fantastic to us. Elders Insurance, P&R Foods. Go and get a quid off Martin Carter at Morris Finance, because they are the best in the world. The big men fly for the Routley's Pie. Thank you very much, Routley's. Victory Trophies, none better. The Hotham Hotel. We might even stop in for a couple of cold ones and a beautiful feed on the way home. And then we might cross over to the Yards Hotel, which is right up amongst the best in the business. Victory Trophies, thank you very much. Kempy Engineering, Read the Play, Player of the Day. And that goes today to the North Geelong Football Club for winning the premiership. Athlete's Foot, Promoted Trophies, A&K Trucking, and of course Connectel. Yes, that's right, Connectel for the goal of the day. Thank you very much, everybody. We really, really need you.
Yes, and that's it done and dusted for the 2025 season. Thank you to everyone that's been out there, listened to us, and was able to sit back and watch us as well, and view the broadcast on a week-to-week basis. We hope you enjoyed your time.
One other thing.
Yep.
A big farewell and goodbye to Neville Whitley.
Yes.
He's
Neville.
pulled the pin after 40, 41 years. He's an absolute institution. No one in the history of GDFL has done more as president or as anything. And I can tell you, no one ever will. Goodbye, Nev. You've been fantastic, mate. We love you.
That's well spoken there, Grub. As I said, it'll be big boots to fill when he departs in the next coming weeks. But until next year, and to thanks to Steelo back in the studio, who works well with us during the course of the day. We really appreciate it, mate. But as I said, you can say something, Steelo, whatever you like. Yeah,
Yep.
mate. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.